My name is Jonel.
I'm Deswayne.
Why'd your voice do
I don't
that?
know. I don't know.
Puberty.
Okay, here we go. Hey.
First, I noticed I had to look up because I'm like, ew.
I had to open my eyes. I was like, wait a minute. Who
like,
was that?
I'm like, who is that,
I didn't like that
in this square room with me?
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that either. You know what else I didn't like? If you do you remember last week I told a story about like going to like this boat cruise with my friends and we met up with some guys and like one was talking to friend number 1, 2, 3 and then DM me. Yeah. So like the day the episode went up or like the day after, I get another DM. And first of all, I guess I was too drunk because I don't remember. It was like a picture of me, him, and the other one, the married guy, and some other random guy who I'm like, I don't even remember seeing this. We were all just like posing and cheesing and whatever. And he was just like, oh, you know, like, thanks for the hospitality. And I think he said it like the first time, but he was like, yeah, again, like if you're ever in Florida, I was like, yeah, you know, thanks, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I didn't say that part. Oh, maybe he didn't say it until then. But anyways, he was like, yeah, if you're ever in, I think he's from Orlando. He's like, if you're ever in Florida, like, hit me up. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you know, I hope to come back to Toronto. Like, the city treated me well. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then Friday is when I did that Alice in Wonderland thing. And I was with friend, I forget what I called her. I think friend 2 and 3. Okay. Not friend 1.
No.
But, he doesn't have friend 2 on Instagram, but friend 3, he also DM'd the whole like, oh, you know, if you're ever in Florida, and like I guess they also had some random pictures, but like I was telling them because they obviously didn't know that he DM'd me, and like we were cackling. We went to a bar after, and like they didn't know that he like. They were just saying like, you know, it was a mess, but friend 2. At first she didn't. But then I think we kind of jogged her memory and she vaguely remembered making out with him. But I found out that night. Oh my God, look at me spelling the T. Oh my gosh. No, I found out that night that she also made out with another friend of ours. But like I wasn't like
present
there. Yeah, because it was like a big group of us. So like, you know, sometimes people are at the bar, sometimes people are at the bathroom, sometimes people are by the DJ booth, whatever. So I don't remember this happening, but apparently my other friend, to get her to stop, she like he pulled her hair back to get her to stop.
Oh my God. Like yank.
To get her to stop making out with this guy because he's a friend of ours, but he was there with his like, they're not boyfriends, but they hook up and they like one wants like, you know, so like the other one was kind of like getting mad, like
like what the
so it was like
Jesus Christ.
But when he told me that he yanked her hair, she was wearing a wig that night. So I was like,
at that point he doesn't care.
And not like I'm gonna glue down this lace front. Like I'm just
sitting it on my head. Like a hat, like a toupee.
Well, no, she also had like a bandana on, like made it like cute, like kind of like a like sexy pirate.
Okay.
Like because the bandana was like black and red stripes, so we felt like his pirate vibes because we're on a boat.
Very much pirate vibes.
Yeah. Arr.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, you can't yank the girl's wig. But yeah, so the thing is, she doesn't remember at all making out with that one. Yeah. I don't remember it either, but I wasn't making out.
Yeah,
and I
exactly. You don't need to remember.
I wasn't physically there, but I was like, oh, I definitely remember you making out with Mr. Florida. But yeah, but you know, overall, it was good. It was a good night.
That's
chill.
good.
No one made out with anyone.
That's good.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Exactly.
Up? Is it up?
I mean, no.
Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, the guy from Florida, like, he was single. So if she wants to make out with him, that's fine. I think the other one was worse.
Oh, no, of course.
Because how you going to make out, first of all, with a gay man?
Yeah. And
then one that is, like, again, they're not together.
But
yeah. You know, apparently the other friend had a look on his face that was not very
pleasant.
Happy.
Yeah. That's
but I think it's also, like, he knows that she was drunk and, like, whatever.
I don't care.
But, like, he's also made out with her when he's drunk. So it's like, I don't know.
But was he single?
Well, they are single. Like, no, we talked about it. They're single. But it's just, like, the one who was doing the making out would like to be in a relationship. But the one who was kind of mad looking is just, like, I am not in a place to be in a relationship right now, but like they still hook up and stuff, and they're still really good friends.
They're together.
Yeah, it's like one of those,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I was like, oh my
That's
god, the
That's
drama.
way too much.
Yeah.
We got called out. One of our
is
one
it
of our
you and
listeners.
I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you remember that Drake clip that you played? 100% fake. One of our listeners like called us out, and I point the finger at you, and they're like, "Nope, at this time you agreed," and I was like, "Shit."
Yeah, you definitely did.
No, I did. I just
I said the reason I believed it was because I saw the video and it looks like it's the audio looks like it's matching up with his
words.
Lips.
Yeah.
But can I tell you, I'm honestly very relieved to hear that it's fake because that was a mess. So if it is fake, I'm actually happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys believed that it was real. I'm so disappointed."
Who is this person? Someone that you know in real life?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Just one of our listeners. And he's probably going to listen to this and laugh. And that's okay. That's okay.
Interesting.
And he did the thing that I did. And he was like, "It's okay to be wrong sometimes." I was like, "Oh, I hate him."
Good.
I was so mad.
It's about time you get a dose of your own
Yeah.
medicine.
I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. The baby's sick. Did I tell you?
Yeah. Pneumonia.
Yes. That's what they say. So, I'm chalking it up.
Your baby. Let's maybe for the listeners.
Whose baby? I just said the baby. They don't know any other.
Yeah, they probably think it's the fucking rapper.
Ew.
Yeah, but like you need to.
You're right.
Express
You're
that
right.
you're speaking about your son. You're just
right.
like the baby's sick. Okay. Like,
why would he name himself the baby? Anyways, and there's one baby. Anyways, whatever. They're chalking it up to pneumonia, but I think it's mostly allergies. So he's not allowed to be at my house, and he can't go to my mom's house because we both have dogs.
Yeah, but Gucci doesn't like shed.
Oh, he sheds.
What type of dog is he?
My cousin's dog.
Yeah, but you don't know the breed. Isn't he like a pit bull something?
Something.
Pit bulls, don't they have like skin basically? They don't have like, I guess they're like very short.
It's not.
Fur.
Yeah, but he does shed because I'm looking at tumbleweeds sometimes.
Of fur?
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, as I open my door, the wind just blows it, and it's just.
Does a little like Western song play?
Pop in my head? Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much all week, I haven't been home, and I don't like not being home.
Oh, because you're going to the mom's house to spend time with him.
No, I'm not going to the mom's house to spend time with him.
What do you mean you haven't been home?
So,
he's in the hospital?
No, it was on and off, and his fever, if it reached a certain point, we had to bring him to Sick Kids Hospital. Mm-hmm. But thankfully, it didn't reach there as yet, and hopefully, it doesn't. Mm-hmm. So a couple people offered their residence if I need to stay there with the baby.
Okay.
So I went there with Kaden and the baby one day or 2 days. And then I went to Kaden's mom's house because she lives by herself. So I went to her house for 2 days. Yeah. I just want to, when you just want to be home and you're not home.
There's no place like home. Dorothy said it best.
Oh my God. Tell me about it.
The whole movie, she's just trying to get home.
That's it. That's like, how hard is it? I just want to go home. Yeah. But I understand why I can't. So it's like, do you want to see your kid or not?
Yeah. I mean, it's good to like rule out allergies to the dogs. So.
And he's supposed to do allergy tests, but they're fully booked until next year.
Where's fully booked?
Wherever the allergy test place is.
But there's multiple places. So
that's what I thought too.
You can't call somewhere else.
What I thought.
Like suppose he's allergic to like his mother.
Then we would have to bring him to Sick Kids.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like they should, for babies who it's hard.
That's
they should be able to.
What I thought, because suppose all this time he's really not allergic to the dogs.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
what if
it's like his mother's perfume, or what if it's something in your beard, or I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The only thing in my beard is vagina juice.
Can I tell you that's actually so fucking sick because I'm talking about your child. Nah. Like,
I don't put things in my beard.
Can I
so the only thing in my beard is vagina juice. You know what I'm trying
to say. But the thing is, Des, like, out of something about this just didn't sit right with me.
Oh God, trust me, I can tell you a lot of stories that won't sit right with you.
I believe it, but like this one, I feel like we're like 10 minutes into the episode, and it's just too much too soon.
Too soon? Okay, I could have waited. You're right. I could have.
I'm talking about your child's health, and you're talking about eating pussy. The fuck is wrong with you, bro?
I didn't say I was eating it. I just said vagina juices in my beard.
How else would it get on your beard unless
Maybe
you're
I just sit my chin on her vagina. Hey, babe.
Okay. All right. We're going to move forward. We wish your child the best of luck, and we hope he stays away from vagina juice. Aside from him,
so
like,
stay away
born.
from my face is what you're saying.
Very far away.
Okay, got it.
Imagine if that's what he was allergic to.
That's not funny.
It would be, because it would, like, why don't you fucking wash your beard, huh?
I do.
So then why is vagina juice still on your beard?
It's not still, but that's the only thing that really gets in my beard.
Right.
Because I'm not a messy eater. So
but
like,
do you understand
food doesn't
that
get
when you say it like that, it sounds like you're just like, and then you just go about your business without washing your face? Right. So that's fucking sleep. Dirty.
I beat my meat nut and go to sleep sometimes. So
well, we know you.
What
fucking
is it if
nut
I
on
fall asleep in
yourself
some
and fall
vagina?
asleep. Yeah. The vagina juice is the least of your worries. You got your
You
children.
know what I'm saying?
And I'm
Literally.
not talking about the two.
It's a park.
It's a daycare.
It can't be a daycare. I don't tend to them.
I didn't say it's a good daycare.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I just said it's a daycare.
That's true. Okay. I have a couple questions I want to ask you because I saw some of them and I was very curious.
You want to ask me? Okay.
Yes. Number one. Have you ever dined and dashed?
No, I have not.
Never.
Dine and dash, no. There's a video of like... I don't know. It's just like people, like it's a video camera on a like a exterior of a restaurant, like a patio type of thing. Mm-hmm. And then, but you know, like there's a sidewalk in between. So people just like, it's like a dog and like 3 people run through, and the people sitting, they're just like, oh my God. So they get up and run, and like literally everyone
dined and dashed.
And because my friend sent it to me this morning, and I'm like, you know, everyone just dined and dashed.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, haha, it's so funny. I'm like, I get it. It's like, oh, if you saw people running, are you going to run too? But I'm like, y'all just ran out on the bill. Because you know they're not going to come back.
One might come back.
One woman ran, and then her like husband, partner, brother, some person that she was with was getting up, and he grabbed her purse and before leaving. Like, they're not coming back.
Yeah.
They're not coming back.
Oh.
But no, I've never.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah. What? Who do you think I am?
No, I just.
But you're like, you've never, as if that's like a normal thing.
I thought that you might have one time, even by accident.
Mm-mm. No, I'm like really thinking.
Like, I've gotten free food before, but I don't consider that dine and dashing.
No, if it's given to you for free by like some, like the restaurant's like, oh, here's a complimentary dessert, or we're gonna comp your meal for the inconvenience, or someone else pays
I didn't order
for
this. Oh well.
Yeah, like stuff like that. That's not dining and dashing.
Good.
Dining and dashing is like, you know, you have the bill, and you're like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, or when someone leaves, you just bolt. Like I've
had somebody try that with me, and it was a girl, and I never saw her again. I wouldn't insult me.
Yeah, no.
Ew. She's like, what? You're gonna pay for this? It wasn't even good.
So
you ordered it. What are you talking about? Oh God.
And some restaurants, if you tell them you didn't enjoy it, they'll like try to, they're not just gonna be like, okay, well, it's free, but like they'll be like, oh, like, would you like us to swap it for something else, or you know?
Yes, yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Or they'll take it off your bill, or whatever the case is.
Well, like, just because you don't like something, they can't give it to you if something's wrong with it.
No. I mean, like, if you have a bite, and remember when we went
if it's like a bite or two.
Yeah,
that's
when we're in Turks.
But most places will be like, oh,
they'll try and accommodate.
Yeah, like, would you like something else?
Yeah.
Would you like to try something else? They do that with drinks as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, oh, like, this isn't great. Okay, I can suggest this. Like, most places are very accommodating. So why?
And most people really just don't care.
Yeah, why dash?
It's not my restaurant. I already know the answer to this question, but have you ever been in a car crash and was it your fault? That's actually what it says. That's not me asking.
Yeah, I've been in like 4.
4?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I wasn't driving for all of them, but
but that's a lot.
Crash. Yeah. I was in like a really bad one with my mom when I was a kid. She was trying to drop me off at daycare, and she parked in front of the doors. And a guy was on his phone, on his cell phone. Mm-hmm. He had 2 like little, like, I don't know if they were infants or toddlers, but like very young, like twins in the back. And I guess he wasn't paying attention. She opened the car door, like the driver's door. I was in the back seat. She was opening it to go get me out. she put one foot out and he ran into the door. Like it just missed her leg, but it was so bad that like the car was totaled. Like the front door went all the way around to the
hood.
Yeah. And like that whole area was crushed and it was totaled. I was fine, but
that's a mess in front of the daycare.
Yeah, in front of a daycare. And you're dropping off your kids and like you're not looking. Like he just drove and it was.
Oh, he just kept going.
Yeah.
Oh, like he didn't stop.
I mean, not until after, like his van had passed, and that's the thing. He was in like a minivan or like a bigger car.
Like he hit something,
and my mom was
like,
in a sedan. Yeah, like it was.
God.
His car was fully past my mom's car was before he
even realized,
or I guess, or maybe before he had a chance to hit the brakes. I don't know when he realized. I can't speak to that, but his car stopped in front of hers. Also being in a situation where like where like. It's funny because it's like you're at fault, but you're not at fault. You know what? Anytime you rear end someone, you're at fault.
Always, which is stupid.
Yeah, because the situation was that somebody cut in front of me. You know those assholes who like to bob and weave? So one person cut in front of me, and then the light turned red, so the person in front of them braked. But like if they didn't cut in front of me, I would have had enough space. So that person braked, then that person in front of me had to slam on their brakes, and I had to too slam on my brakes, but they did not give me enough space because they
bobbed and weaved
right in front of me. So I bumped the back of their car. There was no damage to their car though, just mine. And I was also, what was the other one? The other one was this was like the bad one. I was driving home from Oshawa. It was like, I don't know, like January, February, like winter. And it had snowed while I was out there. Or it had started to snow, but it was like ice, like black ice, and I didn't see it. So I was going home. It's like, I don't know, like 11, 12 p.m. or 11 p.m., 12 a.m. And, I'm driving down the road. Like the road's pretty quiet. And there's a red light. So it's just me, like, on the side of the road that I'm on, and then I see like a snowplow. Actually, sorry, no, it wasn't a snowplow. It was one of the machines that put like salt on the road, like for the ice. But it was one of those machines on the other side of the road coming towards me. But it was on the other side of the light, and then the light turned red. So I'm like, okay, press the brakes, because I have lots of space. Of course. It's I don't know, like several car lengths, right? And I'm not going very fast, so. Press the brakes. I'm like, okay. And you're like, oh, you're not really slowing down that much. So you press the brakes harder. And it's because like the street was like a slope, but it was all black ice. So I'm slamming now on the brakes and my car's not braking. So technically I could have just like went through the red light, but now this ice truck wants to make a left.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, oh shit. So to avoid them, I made a last minute right, but I clipped the truck, like, so the front driver's side, and it like spun me to the other side of the road. Jesus. Yeah. And
this
sucked.
Is the middle of the night.
Yeah, it actually might have been later than that. It might have been like 12, 1 a.m. Yeah, I was coming from... It's funny. He wasn't even my boyfriend at the time. We were just talking. I was leaving.
I was just about to say, it's so much worse when you're coming from somewhere where you're just like...
Yeah. So, like, I called him and his roommate came, and, like, they were nice about it. And, like, he was like, oh, my gosh, like, you handled this so well. Like, you're not crying and freaking out. I'm like, well, I wasn't injured. Like, it sucks, but, like, I'm not... Why, like, Yeah. I guess, I don't know. He thought I would be... But, like... He was like, yeah, I'll drop you off at home in the morning. And I was like, no.
I want to go home now.
I was like, so I had to like sleep over at this man's house.
And if I wanted to, I wouldn't have left in the first place.
Exactly. Because I literally only got like maybe 5-6 minutes from his house. So I was like, oh, fuck. But, yeah, like my car, like I remember it hit the area of like the suspension. So like the steering wheel wouldn't even like move. And that one they didn't deem me at fault for that just because of the conditions of the road, but I had to like fight it because at first insurance is like,
nope, we don't care.
But then the police showed up and they like assessed the road and everything, and they were like, we understand this is weather related. Like I wasn't driving recklessly, I wasn't doing anything, I was slamming on my brakes, like, but yeah.
I've been in.
Oh, you've told your bad story on the podcast.
Yes, I have.
Where you like ended up in
somebody's car.
Yeah, you ended up in another car.
Yeah, and that I ended up in another car, and that car ended up in another car.
Well, you gotta tell it now for those who haven't
yeah,
heard it.
I will. I was trying to think if I've been in any more. I have with my mom. She was driving, and I was eating chicken, and it was really funny because
is the chicken necessary to the story?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Because she was so disappointed, but like just kept laughing. We're at a red light, and we're sitting there, and I'm eating my food, and all of a sudden we feel poof. And I'm eating my food. And my mom's looking at me, mouth open, like, oh my God, what just happened? And I look at her from the corner of my eye, and I'm biting the chicken, same like I didn't move.
Like you saw what happened, or you just felt it?
We just felt it and heard it. But I give a fuck. I'm not driving. That's not my problem. I'm enjoying this food. And I did not get out the car one bit.
Where's the chicken from?
From work. We have a cafeteria. They make food. Like
and
West Indian. Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because most times you get cafeteria food and
No. These are like Jamaican people who own their own restaurant, and this is like
they
another source of money for them.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. My high school cafeteria made these fucking muffins, right? You had to get them right in the morning because they didn't make many. They were cinnamon muffins. Mm-hmm. Doesn't sound like anything crazy, but when you get them when they're warm, can I tell you, they were the best fucking thing ever. I've never seen them anywhere else. I've never heard of them, but like they were so good, and I had to put everyone on, and like but like it's like a limit, like you have to get it right in the morning before class because they're done by like I don't know what
before school starts.
Yeah, basically you're lucky if you get one after first period, but like because we had two cafeterias. We had like a hot, we called it the hot calf and the cold calf, like one so like hot food.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty big school, so we had two cafeterias. But yeah, oh my God, anyone listening who went to my high school, you guys, do they know? I think so. I think the people who listen that I went to high school with know that like
that was muffins.
The shit. Yeah, they also had like decent lasagna.
See, I didn't try my school's cafeteria.
Yeah, like it wasn't like best lasagna in the world, but it wasn't like typical like shit lasagna. It was fine, like you know.
It can make do.
No, you know, I would say it's better than fine. For a cafeteria, it was really good. For regular standards, it was fine.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know?
Yeah. So the car crash that I was said responsible for. Mm-hmm. There's two sides to every story. Yeah. Especially if I'm the only one telling the story. There's definitely two sides. Actually, there's three.
If you're the only one telling it.
If I'm the only one telling it, there's two sides to the story.
Okay, how does that work?
There's the truth and then the story.
So tell the truth.
So the story is that
I say tell the truth.
One morning, I'm driving home from work. I work night shift and I finish at I think 6:30. I drop some friends home, and then I'm driving from my work to home, which is about a 45 minute drive.
6:30 a.m. right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So now I'm almost home, and I don't know, for me, it sounds weird, but I don't like to park my car and then gather my things. I like to do that as I'm driving.
I mean, it is a thing that people do.
Okay, good.
You should probably not.
So, as I'm reaching down to, I'm grabbing my bag and stuff, putting stuff back in my bag because I was taking stuff out my bag while people were in the car. And I'm putting stuff in my bag and something fell. So I reach down to grab it and I look up and I'm in somebody else's car, and both airbags like exploded because they're bombs. Technically, I learned that airbags are bombs.
I mean, technically,
yeah,
but I don't think they say they like the airbags deployed, right?
Yeah, but they're bombs.
Okay, sure.
And my pants caught on fire.
Really?
Like actually burnt a hole in my pants. I had to like slap it to get it out.
Oh wow, I didn't know about that. I know airbags are like heavy enough. The impact is enough to like break your ribs.
Yes,
that's why they say
I don't remember
kids
hitting
of
the
a certain
airbag
age
though.
Shouldn't be in the front seat because it'll kill them.
Yeah, definitely kill them.
Yeah.
So I was driving a van, my mom's van, and the van was totaled because the van is inside somebody's car,
So
that was
other
parked
car
at the
is now
side.
totaled.
Nobody's in the car. So that car is sitting at the side of the road. So yes, I hit a parked car. I was actually like 5 to 10 houses from my house. Right there. Yeah. So I hit that car. That car is now inside of another car in front of it. So I'm sitting in the car and I'm just like...
You're sitting in the car, in the car.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, fuck. And I'm just sitting there. I kiss my teeth. Immediately, I just call my mom. As I'm calling my mom, people are coming outside because they heard a loud bang. Why the fuck are you guys awake this early in the morning?
Some people have like day jobs and responsibilities.
Yeah, they gotta stop. They gotta stop doing this. Yeah. It was like a Saturday morning too, or something like that.
Some people are morning
stop,
people.
Man. Stop. Mind your business. So
they didn't know if you were dead.
Let me be dead. That's not your business. It's not your business. So everybody comes out, and worse because I know them because we've been in that area for like
those 10 are your neighbors.
Years. Yeah, like oh god. So they all come out. They're like, oh my god, what happened? And I told them the story. Okay.
Everyone, you guys are hearing the story.
I had to call my brother. See, you're catching on. I call my brother, and I tell my brother to come get my bag because I have a weed beyond weed before it was even legal. So weed in my bag. So my brother comes to get my bag and I'm like, okay, just go. Like, it's fine. I call my mom. My mom's like, okay, I'm going to leave work. For what? Like, it's not that serious. I'm fine. I'll do the report, all that stuff. What are you going to do?
I guess, like, also if the car's in her name, like, I think if it was my car, I'd want to come.
You'd want to come, but realistically, when you think about the logic of it, you're losing money by coming because you're going to leave work.
Losing money with this damn insurance
claim.
No,
100%. Actually, they didn't because I was on it. So pretty much as long as I come off the insurance, then she was fine. So I'm like, just take me off. I don't care. It's not that deep to me. But yeah, so truth of the matter is, because that was the story.
That was the story.
That was the story.
The truth is.
The truth is, I was on my way home. I dropped home the 2 friends, and there is a straight drive. Okay, there's a straight drive, a little not long, but a straight drive, and then I got to make a quick left, and then a quick right, and then I'm pretty much home. So along the straight drive, there's a set of train tracks. I remember driving over the train tracks, and then I remember being in somebody's car. Between the train tracks and that crash, I fell asleep. I don't remember making the left turn, and I don't remember making the right turn. I don't know what happened. I just know I opened my eyes, and as soon like I saw like it's really funny when I think about it. I opened my eyes and I'm speeding. Like I was pressing the gas because I'm falling asleep, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I'm pressing the gas, and as I open my eyes, I see the car and I try to swerve left.
Like you open your eyes right before the crash.
Right before the crash. And I try to swerve left quickly. And it wasn't quick. Yeah. So when the police came and they were doing the report and stuff, obviously I told them like, I was, something fell. I was reaching for it. And as I was reaching, I was holding the steering wheel and I didn't realize I was shifting to the right while I'm reaching for it. That was a pretty good lie. Made it up on the spot. I was very proud of myself. But the guy who did the report, like me and him went to school together. So like we didn't really talk about it. And I felt like he knew.
Well, yeah, if he knows you, then...
No, but he doesn't know me. We just went to school together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, like, you recognized him?
Oh, for sure. He recognized me. He's like, you went to ND? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Okay, great. Yeah, I don't think I've been in any other crashes. Yeah, I don't think.
A quick funny one. A few years ago, I want to say it was one of the Fast and the Furious movies, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't there's so many, I don't know, but my friends and I went to the movies, and then I think we were going somewhere after, like for food or whatever. So we see the movie, and keep in mind, like they're driving crazy now because it's not just like the first two, like they're driving to the moon in these movies. We are still in the parking lot, and my friend, she makes a comment about like, that just makes her want to like learn how to like stunt drive
and crazy shit.
She tries to make a turn out of the parking lot. Why are we on the curb? Why is my half of the car, the passenger side, just like up on the
and you want to learn how to stunt drive and you can't even drive?
It was like the timing was ridiculous. We just saw this crazy driving movie and I was like, get me out of this vehicle.
The best thing she could have said was, I did that on purpose.
The timing, no, but like everyone around was like, you okay?
Fuck?
Like, it was something like, you know, like there was no damage to the car.
Yeah,
but like it was up high enough that like it wasn't just a little curb. It was one of those big ones, and you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, but yeah, definitely been in a few accidents.
What was the last thing you stole or shoplifted? Either or.
Isn't that the same?
No.
Oh, shoplifted has to be like
from a store.
And stealing is just from
anything.
My mom had some caramel corn. No, seriously. What? You said it was the last thing I stole.
Yeah, go ahead.
And like, she opened it and had some, but then the rest was sitting there. She put it in a Ziploc, and like for days I would see it. And the other day I was just like, I'm taking it without permission. But like, I'm not.
Did you tell her?
No. Like, she found it after.
Oh yeah, yeah. When like, she wanted it.
Yeah. But I was like, it's been here forever.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times over the last several days. Like, it's not. You're not eating it.
Yeah.
So
makes
I took
sense.
it. But yeah, no, I don't like steal things. I don't think I've ever stolen anything from a store. Oh no, that's a lie. When I was a child, like literally like a kid. I don't know how old I was, but like under 5. I was in I think it was a Winners with my mom, which is like a TJ Maxx or like a Marshalls. And I had something in my hand that like I guess I didn't put up on the thing for them to pay for. And we walked out and we were in like we got into the car, and she sees me with it in my hand. I don't know if it was a toy. It had to be a toy or something, right? Yeah. But yeah, she marched me back in there to not only give it back, but to apologize for stealing. And I think that scarred me. I don't steal. I mean, I guess I stole from her, but you know, it's different.
That's why you don't steal?
Yeah, that's was embarrassing.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, I guess that was good parenting, but like I didn't take it with the intention to be like, I'm gonna, like I didn't sneak it out. Like I had it in my, like, you know?
You just forgot, like you weren't really.
I don't think I didn't forget. Like I knew I had it in my hand, but I just wasn't
thinking of it.
Yeah, I was a fucking dumb kid.
Me and my cousin used to steal candy from the store, the corner store, all the time. This is like I was younger than 8, and we used to steal all the time, and I used to hide it because I knew we were stealing. But like it's my cousin. So
yeah, 8. You're old enough to know you're stealing.
No. I was younger than 8.
Oh.
Because 8, I was like grade 3, and this might have been like grade 1, if not like a little bit younger. Yeah. And my cousin used to do it, and like one day we went to the store, and he came out the store with like a whole bunch of candy and like whatever. So I saw him do it. I did it too. My aunt, when she found out, she marched me back to like she marched me back to the store and had me apologize and everything, and you know, whatever. And the guy was like, no, it's fine. And she's like, it's not fine. Don't tell him it's fine. And honestly, there's something in my brain that told me that I just have to do better.
Good.
No.
Oh, better at stealing?
Yes.
Des, oh my God. I was ready to praise you.
Yeah, that's why I had to stop you. Like, no. As a kid, my theory was if you get caught for something, you didn't do a good enough job.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the rest of that story because you're going to give people the bad
Yeah,
message.
you're right. The last thing I stole, I stopped stealing a while ago because I reached a certain age where I'm like, okay, I'm making money. Like, there's no need to steal anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, as much as I wish I didn't have to spend said money. Like,
yeah, but you got to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last thing I stole, but the one thing that made me the happiest that I stole was I was going to meet up with this girl when I was in grade 11, and where she told me to meet her, there was a Walmart there, and I had to go to Walmart because I needed some tapes for my camcorder, so I needed some camcorder.
Yeah, I'm like, how fucking long ago was this? The 90s?
I hate you. No, it wasn't the 90s.
When did they get rid of camcorders?
I don't know. I call it a camcorder. I don't know if it was called a camcorder. I just call it a camcorder.
Camcorders are ones that use fucking tapes.
Yeah, it had a tape. It used a tape.
That's what I'm like. That had to be like early 2000s at the least.
I don't know. That wasn't mine.
So how old were you? You had to be super young then.
No, I was not super young. I was in grade 11.
For a camcorder?
I borrowed it from somebody, and they said it had no tape.
Did this person come from the 17th century?
Could be.
Jesus.
So I needed tape. So I went, and I'm in Walmart.
Camcorder.
And I'm looking at the tape, and I'm like, I don't want to pay this much for the tape. By then, I'm in like an expert thief. So I go to the bathroom, and I'm in the I actually use the bathroom, but I had the item with me still. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying for this. So I walk around the store. As I'm walking around the store, I'm unwrapping it. And like, whatever, I put it in my bag or in my pocket or whatever I did with it. Probably my pocket, knowing me. I leave the store. I'm in the parking lot. And somebody's like, excuse me. And I turn around and I'm like, yeah, this random brown guy. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, the undercover?
Yeah. And he's like, I saw that. I'm like, you saw what? He's like, I saw you steal, da-da-da-da-da. You need to come back in the store. I'm like, why am I coming back? And I'm so calm. I'm just like, why am I coming back in the store? And he's like, because you're stealing. I'm like, what did I steal? And he's like, I'm not sure, but I saw when you came in the bathroom and blah, 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 blah. And I've been following you since. I'm like, okay, so you saw when I went into the kitchen aisle? And he's like, yes. I'm like, so you followed me when I went into the shoe aisle? And he's like, yes. I'm like, so if you followed me in the shoe aisle, you would have saw me put the item in between two pairs of shoes because I realized it's not worth taking.
Wouldn't you just say not worth buying?
No, because he knew I was going to steal it. Because if you followed me, he saw me unwrap it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not, yeah. So I'm like, you would have saw me put it down. And he was like, you put it down? I was like, yeah, it's not worth stealing. And he's like, good for you. You know, I'm very happy to hear that. Okay, thank you.
You just sent this man a wild goose chase to the shoe.
Loser!
Where was this? A Walmart?
A Walmart in Whitby.
Yeah, I had a friend who worked as a undercover like security guard at a Walmart. So he used to tell me like all the that's why this,
yeah. I love it. It made me so happy. Like I walked away like, yeah, I'm the fucking mad stupid. I was very happy with that.
Yeah, you're just a big fat liar.
A big fat liar. Okay, are platonic relationships or romantic relationships more important to you?
Platonic.
Really?
Yeah, I do think that they're both important, but yeah, platonic. I think that platonic relationships can give you, I don't know how to describe it. I feel, again, I'm saying they're both very important. I'm not, but if I have to choose, I think that you can get a wider variety of the type of love and support that a human being needs from platonic relationships, more so than trying to get all of that from one person. Romantic relationship. I think things can get a little sticky. It's just like when people have situations where they, get a boyfriend or a girlfriend and that person's their world and they don't see anyone else. They don't do anything else. And then
they drop all their friends kind of thing.
Yeah, and that in itself is not healthy. And that doesn't mean that your relationship's not healthy, but like that's just not a healthy balance. So it's like you can have your platonic relationships, which are your family, which are your friends. Like you just get a wider variety of balance. But I do think they are all important, but I just don't think one person should be your everything. So if you pick the one romantic over all of your platonic relationships, I don't think that's healthy. Hence why I said platonic.
That makes sense. Yeah. And I assumed you would choose that one. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. You are correct. But I feel like I would choose the other one.
Why? They're both important.
But at this point in my life, I'm just like
fuck all of that.
Like I've had the platonic and like honestly, yeah, like you're not wrong.
Let's be honest. The way you do platonic is messy.
It's not. It's platonic.
Platonically messy.
Would you rather someone always tell you the truth? Yeah, of course you would. Or protect your feelings? Let me answer because.
You're going to answer for me?
No, I'm going to answer for me. I know your answer.
What's my answer?
Your answer is tell the truth.
Okay.
You want the truth.
Sure.
For me, it's protect my feelings. I don't give a fuck about the truth. You better not let me find out the truth because the truth is only what I know. So if you're protecting my feelings, protect the fuck out of it then.
I would say the same, actually. Yeah. Here's the thing.
Okay.
I do want the truth, but if it's always tell the truth... let's calm down now.
Okay, fair enough.
I think in certain situations, it is important to protect someone's feelings. I had a conversation the other day with some friends, and it's nothing crazy, but we're just like, oh, like what we're talking about, we cannot say to this person, not because it's not like in a gossip way. It's just like, you know what? It's better to protect this person's feelings. Us not telling them will not affect this person's life, but us telling them may hurt their feelings, may embarrass them, may whatever. So it's like, there's certain things that you don't need to always say.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. That's understandable. Yeah.
You think you know me. You don't know shit.
I do. I assumed you would actually tell the truth because I know you don't like liars.
I don't fuck with liars.
I know. So that's why I assumed you would pick the other one.
But
not going to lie.
You don't need to lie in order to protect someone's feelings.
Oh, it's not a lie? It's not a lie?
I believe in gray area.
Oh, okay, good.
But I do think like when in a relationship, like you talk about those things, like in what, like, like what is okay, what is not okay.
When is it considered a lie? How gray is the gray area?
No, seriously, because for some people, omitting the truth doesn't count as a lie, and for some it does. So you need to know your audience, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear that, guys? You got to ask those questions. Where's the gray? We don't ask.
I feel like it's not even, I mean, I guess you could just straight up ask, but I feel like at some point there is that conversation. You know what I mean?
No. Well, yes, you're not wrong. But as guys growing up, no. We just learned we have to lie to you guys to protect your feelings. And then you guys get mad at us for protecting your feelings. And
a reoccurring conversation that I always have to have in relationships, which is so funny, is as a Caribbean West Indian woman, there's a certain thing with the culture in terms of like dancing and whatever, right? Like the way West Indian people dance and the fact that we'll dance with anyone and it's not, there's no feelings.
Sexual.
It doesn't mean anything.
It looks sexual, but yeah.
Right. But like, it's certain, in other cultures, it's like if you dance with someone, you walking down the aisle.
Yeah. You're
right?
cheating.
That's what I love about lots of Latin cultures. Like you dance with everybody and it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? But that's not the case. So when I've dated people from specific cultures, we have to have that, like, that's one thing that it's like sometimes you have to have those conversations because you don't know what other people's boundaries are. And then I'm like, okay, I want to be respectful of your boundaries. However, you need to understand, like, it's not even a boundary, it's like a culture thing, right? So it's like you have to be respectful of my culture, but I can also be respectful of your boundaries, because it's my culture doesn't mean you have to be okay with it. True. So it's like you have to have these conversations.
Those conversations I definitely have, because I'm like, when I go out, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, no, it's just like that was just one example of like, but it's like certain things like you don't think, you're like, oh, but like it's fine. But it's like what's fine to you may not be fine to someone else. So having those conversations are important. Yeah,
that is very true. Look at you go spreading knowledge and things.
Look at me, I'm on a roll.
If you were trapped on a deserted island, which friend would you bring? Just one friend.
What are the conditions of said island?
You don't have any conditions. It's just deserted.
Like it's literally like
just trees and random animals. And insects. Just throw the insects in there.
Which friend would I bring?
Just one.
Shit. Most of my friends, I would be the more crafty one, if I'm being honest. Like, I certainly wouldn't bring your ass.
No,
what the hell you gonna do?
Don't bring me.
I'm for sure bringing my friend Joey. Are
don't
you
bring
out
me.
of your
don't
mind?
Bring me, for sure.
He's the only
He'll
person.
figure out what to cook,
It's not even about figuring out, it's a cook, because I can bring other people, but like, he will hunt, he'll build the little shelter, and I'll be like, tell me what to do and I'll do it. And like, he's my best chance of survival out of all of my close friends.
That's your best bet.
I'm trying to think. Out of all my close friends, there's no one else.
That's your best
Joey,
bet.
You coming with me? I'm sorry.
Bet. I'm bringing Kaden with me.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm bringing Kaden because that's the only person that I could see motivate me to give a fuck.
Oh.
Anybody else, I'll just lay there and die.
Super sweet in a very cryptic way.
Like, I know I'm gonna have to do something about this. Like, I can't just sit here and be like, whatever.
You could bring King.
No,
he would just look at you like,
yeah, exactly.
But also you don't want to bring someone that young, because that's just too much.
Yeah, I did think about this, and even like I have my friends and stuff. Like, if they're like, Des, you gotta go. No, I don't want to. And if I don't want to, you can't make me, and you're gonna be upset. And then I'm gonna be like, okay.
Well, I mean, they have a right when it's like
100%. But with Kaden, I wouldn't let that happen. So
no,
that's our best chance of survival.
That's a nice answer. Your reasoning, the way you got there, is a little bit twisted, but I like the answer.
If you found out you were gonna pass away, would you? If you could find out, would you want to know?
No.
Oh, God, no. Jesus.
Wait, when or how?
When?
No.
What about how?
I'd be curious.
Really? I think that would make you like paranoid, no?
Well, then you just avoid that one thing.
Exactly. That's making, like, what if you're like, okay, yeah, you're going to pass away, you know, in a, knock on wood, in a car crash. You're never getting in a car again.
No.
But a car crash doesn't necessarily mean you're in a car.
True.
So what are you going to do? Avoid cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, paranoid.
But like I said, I would be curious. I don't know if I would, but like that I have a better chance of saying yes to than when. Although I guess when you're not as paranoid because like you know the day, so you can kind of plan a little bit better. But like something about that, I don't like that shit. You remember those fucking pop-up spam things that used to always pop up and be like, oh,
if you don't do this, you're gonna die.
No, your death calculator.
The chain link.
Shut up and let me say it.
No. I'm saying what it's called. It's not spam. It's chain link.
No, shut the hell up. I hate when you think you can finish my sentences.
I wasn't finishing your sentences.
It's the fucking pop-up spam things that are like, oh, like put in your birth date and your information to find out your death clock, your death calculator, when you'll die. Those things, not fucking email.
I've never seen one of those in my life.
Yeah, they used to pop up all the time online, and like, that's what I'm saying. You don't fucking hate. That's my pet peeve with you. You always think you know what I'm gonna say, and you never let me fucking speak. And you was like, well, you stalked too so.
You're taking so long.
You kept cutting me off. I couldn't even fucking say it. Oh my god, men. Just let women have a voice.
First of all, that's very sexist, and we don't appreciate that.
I don't give a fuck.
Because you didn't say what I hate with men. You said what I hate with my pet peeve with you. Why did I become all men? We don't like that, and I don't speak for all men.
Did I say all men, or did I just say men?
You said men.
Right.
MEN.
Yes. I didn't say all of them.
Isn't men?
Yeah. Men. Plural. But not all. What?
I don't understand.
If I say apples, do you think I'm talking about all the fucking apples in the world?
If you're like, I don't eat apples, I'm not going to be like, do you want Macintosh or this one?
Yeah. No.
Apples are apples. That's like being like, I don't eat candy.
No, I said men.
You said men. You didn't say man. You said men.
Yes.
Would that not be all men?
No, you're assuming. And when you assume, you make an ass out of you.
No, not at all.
Me,
not at all. Not at all. Because everybody listening agrees with me.
I can't tell if you're yelling or if the
mic is
just peaking.
It's not that it's peaking. It's the cord.
I don't think it's the cord.
No, because right now, like, it's, for me, it's chippy.
Yeah, it's just you then.
Because if you,
I don't want to.
You'll hear it. Stupid headphones. My headphones are now stupid because I'm men.
You're a man.
Barely.
What?
It's like super. Do you hear it?
No, I hear nothing.
Oh, okay.
I hear no static, no nothing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Keep doing it?
There that goes.
No.
It was doing it the whole time. At a point, I couldn't even hear myself, and I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, no.
That way to make me look stupid.
Yeah, no, I wish I was lying, but I promise you.
Yeah, see, okay. Maybe it's the angle.
No, maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I believe you, but I really didn't hear it.
Okay, last one. What's one secret you're keeping from your mom?
Honestly, I don't think I have any at this point in time. One thing I like is the older I become, the more open I've been with her. Mm-hmm. Because, like, I never used to talk to her really about, like, my dating life, but, like, she knows all about that now. Mm-hmm. She knows all about, like, my personal life. She knows about, like, everything. I don't know. A secret I'm keeping from my mom? Right now, nothing. She's, that's like, good. My best friend.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. Kind of gross, but it is what it is.
It's not gross.
Yeah.
It's cute.
But no, as of right now, nothing.
That's
nothing
good.
that I can, like, I'm really trying to think. It would have been, like, something about, like, a boy or whatever, but, like, there's nothing right now. She knows everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
what about you?
Everything.
You're keeping everything?
I don't tell my mom anything. But.
I know. It's not a secret, but she knows obviously about the podcast, but she doesn't know how vulgar it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we talk about some really raunchy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not like
right.
stuff that you want your parent to hear.
Oh, not at all.
So she knows, like, the basis, but she doesn't, like, she's not allowed to listen
Yeah, see,
to.
my mom doesn't even know the basis. My mom, like...
Well, our basis is we talk about everything. Like, I'll be like, we'll talk about relationships, we'll talk about news, we'll talk about celebrities, we'll talk about random shit we see. But, like, my mom doesn't know. Yeah, I'm not like, Mom, we're talking about vaginas. Like, she doesn't know that. Like, I'll say that. That's what I'm keeping from her.
Okay. Yeah. Nope. Everything from my mom. Everything.
Oh, my God. My friend. Same friend, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm naming names.
Mm-hmm.
This is, like, a long time ago. But he brought up that time we were talking about... what an upside down pineapple means.
Okay. We
were talking about it on the podcast, and he brought it up about something we spoke on the podcast in front of my mom. And I'm like, yo. And my mom's like, what is that? What is that? So now we have to explain it. And like, she just happy to be a part of it. But like,
you're like,
he doesn't need,
yeah.
He is not around for the questions after. Like, why are you talking about that? My mom, when she thinks of the podcast, she thinks of like her talk shows on TV. She thinks of like The Talk. What's the other one? The one with Whoopi Goldberg.
See, yes.
The View. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She thinks of like a panel, and we're gonna talk about, and like.
I like the voice.
And I'm like, sometimes it is like that.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes we do get kind of like that. I'm like, it's not like that all the time. Like, it's very. I'm like. Because she doesn't listen to podcasts. She doesn't know what podcasts are. She doesn't like listen to like comedians talking about like the raunchiest shit. Or like dumbasses on the internet like us talking about anything. Right? So I'm like, yes, a podcast is like that, but it's not as structured, or at least ours isn't, and it's not as proper. And there's definitely like vulgarity and, you know? So yeah, so I'm just like, you didn't, Joey, need to tell her about what upside down pineapples symbolize. And if you don't know what it symbolizes, it means that someone is a swinger, aka it's a couple that likes to have sex with other couples. So imagine, to my delight, having to explain this to my mother. But like, they have a close relationship, so he's just trying to talk to her, and I'm just like, not about
this. Yeah, talk about you.
This is the same friend who exposed the birthday lap dance.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Loves exposing me, but he's handy, so I have to bring him to the island. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. No, your choice. That makes a lot of sense.
And there's no one for him to run his mouth to on the island.
No, he'll be talking to himself.
Talking to
the damn bugs.
Because at some point I'd tune him out. Yeah. So,
yeah, my brother almost did the same thing with my mom. Like when I think I've still like.
Oh, because your little brother listens.
Yeah.
Does he listen like regularly?
No. He just like whenever. Yeah. And
does the middle brother listen?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't want to. It makes him uncomfortable, he says.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. You're listening to your older brother talk about stuff. You're like, ew, okay, no. So the little one, when I first kind of started.
First of all, he's grown. Which now is he's crazy.
Grown. Yeah.
But yeah, he's a little brother. Yeah.
We were talking about what kind of head I like or something.
Oh my God. You see, that makes my skin crawl, because it's like certain people you don't want hearing that stuff. Yeah.
And he was just like, he came in the living room one day, and like I went to go visit, and my mom's there, and he's like, Des, you guys are so funny. And my mom's like, what are you talking about? No. Oh, Des is doing a podcast. And I looked at him.
Your mom doesn't know?
She knows now, but she doesn't know anything like what it's about or anything. All I did was look at him
on the podcast before.
And I just stared at him. And the fire that was in my soul, because obviously, you know, I was a couple episodes in, so I know what we've talked about.
You're also a dad, so you have that look that you can give.
Yeah.
You know, every parent, whether you have to give it to your kid
and
or
I
not,
pretty much
it's inside
not
of you.
raised them, but you know,
you've given them that look
exactly
plenty of times.
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
So as soon as I said it, he just starts laughing, and he's about to continue, and I'm like, Dante, and I just left it at that, and then he left, and then I went to his room, and I'm like, I will kill you. I swear to you, I will murder you. So now he just kind of like randomly will bring it up. Des, how's the podcast going? And start laughing. And I just ignore. I don't have time for that.
Oh my God, little siblings.
God, I hate them.
Yeah, I pray that my extended family never hear this.
Yeah.
Like never.
Yeah.
Especially the ones I ranted about a few weeks ago.
Yeah, they would never forgive you.
Forgive me for what? I didn't do shit. Listen, don't get... You see you're about to get me riled up? Oh my God, I can't. Yeah, that was your last one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Pass me the cord. I wanted to play something for you.
Oh boy.
Well, first I want to ask you.
Okay.
Here, this one. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how many bodies are too many bodies for you as an individual, like your personal preference?
I don't have one.
And by bodies, I mean someone who you're interested in as a sexual partner. How many is too many for them to have had sex with?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have one, as long as you weren't like an open prostitute kind of thing. Like,
but like,
I don't like if she was.
You want her to be giving it out for free, but she can't make money from it.
Yeah.
Would you date a OnlyFans girl?
Yeah.
So you don't mind her selling her pictures, videos, whatever. It's the like you what? So that makes no sense. So she could have sex with 500 guys.
Mm-hmm.
But once it's 500 guys and gets paid for it, there's like a.
I don't like that.
Why? But like she get paid for it online.
Yes.
What if she does porn?
If she does porn.
Yeah, because like escorts are different than
is it like
stars.
a contract though, like a porn
like
contract?
An actual porn,
that's fine.
Like,
that's a job.
Okay, so you don't want like illegal escorts.
Yeah.
You want her to legally sell her body.
Go for it.
Interesting. Okay, but it's not the fact that it's illegal in many or most places.
No, it's really
it's
it's just my brain and like reason behind things, because you can have
like her
200 bodies.
Her working like for private escort or for like pimp, like, you know, under the table.
No.
No, I'm saying the act, as long as she's consenting and not being forced into it, of course. Like the act is the same as if she was working for, you know, like a company that was doing
it's not
the
the
same
same
thing.
Because when you work for a pimp, you can't necessarily leave.
I'm saying if she was consenting to it.
Of course she consented to it in a sense.
Okay,
but
let's say it's not a pimp. Say she's posting ads on, what was that thing?
Craigslist?
No.
Back pages.
Yeah. They got shut down.
No.
Like, but say she's like doing it on her own.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, it's not like legal technically.
No. I'd rather you be like, oh yeah, you know, I met this guy one night, I had sex with him the next night, you know, I met this other guy. Yeah, you had a whole phase. Okay, cool. But for you to go out your way, create a page for you to hold yourself out, no.
What if it was like a method of like survival?
No, I understand. No.
It's just not for you?
No. You can have sex with a girl could have done that for a short period of time and maybe slept with 5 guys in that time. I would still choose the girl who
slept with 50.
Was just lost in the world at that point in time and just did a whole bunch of shit.
Interesting. Okay, so but like as far as a number,
no, numbers don't bother me at all.
Okay. Can you turn up the thing? Oh my god, Des.
I don't know how loud it gets, that's why.
It's okay. I can control the volume with my phone.
Oh, you're right.
But you're so like
scared.
You're so like dainty with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know this rapper. Her name is Diamond the Body. Have you heard of her?
I don't hear of anybody.
Yeah, I don't know her, but I saw this like interview that she did.
Okay.
And she talks about her body count.
Sorry, that reminded me of the song that came out.
What?
Oh, I'll find it first. It's crazy.
Well, if it's a copyrighted song, you can't play it. So like,
it's the girl's rapping about. I'll just play a clip of it. The girl was rapping about abortion.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Holy fucking hell.
It's messed up. Honestly,
her body, her choice.
Right, but she's like, murder on my mind, murder. Like
she's not wrong.
But when you call it murder, now you got
Isn't
all
that
the
what
pro-lifer. Yeah. Anyways,
yeah,
that's not this girl, by the way. So I mean, I don't think it is. Okay.
Literally, I remember I lost my virginity at 12 years old. I remember the boy, everything. I remember the whole day like it was yesterday. But 12, bitch, to now, it's been a lot. Girl, is it just my body count for just niggas or niggas and bitches?
Everybody.
I would say like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I say like 2,000. To be real honest with, like, if you put niggas and bitches, because I done fucked a lot of bitches too. So I be fucking niggas, I be fucking bitches, and I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna front. Like, I'm gonna keep it blood raw. Like, bitch, probably two bands, 2,000 bitch sexual partners. Absolutely, yeah, it is what it is. You know what? Hey, only God could judge me. I don't give a fuck, bitch.
First of all, rest in peace, headphone users. That cackle that you let out.
It was a.
But you,
I
well, yeah, it wasn't a
apologize.
cackle. It was just a cack.
yeah.
But you
Yeah.
can't.
It just came out. It just came out.
So what was your thought? Because you said there's no number. That...
Yeah, my thought was she was prostituting herself at a point. 2,000, and if she was like 60 years old talking about her past.
No,
fine.
She looks like she's in her like 20s to 30s.
She sounds like she's in her 20s to 30s the way
Yeah.
she's talking.
Like I
That's
would be
a
surprised
problem.
if she was over 35.
You've been having sex for okay. If let's say she's
Actually,
under 35,
I can find out her age. What's her name? Diamond the Body.
let's say she's been having sex for what? What is that? Like less than 20 years.
33.
She's 33. So you've been having sex for 20 years. Yeah, because she lost her virginity when she was 12.
21. Right?
Pardon?
Isn't it 21?
What?
21 years.
Yeah. I was like 21 Savage.
21.
Yeah. That's a problem. I'm not chalking that up to, she just really likes sex and she's very sexually active. No, I'm not chalking it up to that. I'm not a doctor or anybody, but 2,000 is a lot for 21 years of living or of being sexually active. And do you have a preference at that point?
Yeah.
You can still have a preference?
Well, first of all,
She doesn't sound like she has a preference.
she can be bisexual,
No. I don't mean like gender preference. I mean like, do you know what you want in a person?
Yeah, but I think a lot of people can separate. I mean, I'm not one of them people, but a lot of people can separate. This is a picture of her. Can separate sex from, like emotional.
Oh, no.
intimacy.
She was having sex for money, for sure.
Why do you say
For
that?
sure. Look at her. No. That was her job. She had sex to get things that she wanted. And niggas gave her money for sex. Bitches gave her money for sex.
She might be. What did I say? 33? She might
Yeah.
be 34.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah. Like I said, I would have been surprised.
Do we know if she has kids?
Let me see. It doesn't look like it, but this is just Wikipedia. No, it's not.
If for example, I was talking to a girl like her, and she said this to me, I would honestly react the same way. I would have a lot of fucking questions.
You wouldn't go hot in her
I would.
face.
I would
though.
definitely go hot in her face. 100%. 100%.
Oh, she has a mixtape from 2019 called Vagina Power. I would love to listen to it.
Do you see the names of the songs on it?
No, this is just the EPs.
Okay.
There's like singles and stuff.
I would like, yeah, if I was talking to a girl like that, if she told me like that was just her like just
She's
being
been doing this for a minute. Since 2007 was her first mixtape.
being a hoe and all that stuff, and she was just like doing whatever, I would try and erase that number out of my head. Even though that's a lot of fucking people. That's a nation.
Nation.
I would, if she told me she was prostituting or like she had to make money that's where I would draw the line.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about that part of it that rubs me the wrong way.
So you're just
It's not the number that bothers me.
you're not a fan of sex workers who are not porn stars.
Yeah, call it that.
Interesting. I feel differently.
Like an escort doesn't have to have sex with you.
No.
That I'm okay.
Technically, the escorts are supposed to just be like companions, but
Yeah.
I think the way things are now, sex is expected or implied or sometimes charged extra. But I know what's funny? There's someone who I actually really
Jesus.
What?
2,000.
Yeah, there's someone who I really like who is on TikTok. This girl, and she talks about being homeless or at least like on the streets with like foster care. I don't remember the specifics, at a very young age. I want to say like in the 13 to 15 range, but like I don't know exactly, but in that range, like definitely underage, and having to do sex work as a means of survival. And then but she still does it sometimes now as still as income, because it's expensive. Yeah. But like I love her. Oh my god, I love her so much. Like literally, she's from Vancouver, and like I love listening to her stories. The stories are wild, but like they're entertaining, and like she just seems like such a great person. And like you have to understand, like sometimes people do things out of survival. Like when you're a kid with no skills, no family, no nothing, you're like, let me do what I have to do. So a lot of it becomes out of necessity. And then sometimes like she's very open, like, yeah, I'm feeling to suck some dick, so I want to suck some dick. Like let me go on whatever app, see if I can meet someone, and like, and she's like, it's not even about like getting paid sometimes. A lot of the times. And she's like, oh, lately I've just been in a hoe phase. Like it's not even about work. And I'm like, you know what? I respect that.
That's good.
But like obviously I don't condone sex work if you're being forced into it and whatever. But like I don't know.
Couldn't be anybody I'm talking to, that's for sure.
I mean, that's fair.
I would rather you have 2,000 bodies and tell me that you were forced into it than...
Yeah, I mean, when I think about it though, like I don't think I would want to be with someone who had 2,000 bodies. But like also, as a woman dating men, like cis men, a lot of that, first of all, rude airplane. It's kind of implied that like most, I don't know, at least most of the, I should say most, but a lot of the men that I've encountered, whether it's like to date or like as friends, I mean, like look at you, right? Like a lot of the guys that I know have like high body counts.
Look at who?
You, Deswayne.
Everyone thinks my body count is crazy. Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, when I was in high school, I really thought it was rude for people to be like, oh, what's your count? Like, that's so rude.
Oh, no. I don't think your body count is like the highest that I know.
No,
I know
fuck no. Not a chance.
And that's only because you are the type of person like you want to get to know somebody.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Because it's like the chase is part of the thrill to you. The chase is the foreplay for you.
Yeah.
Like, so I know that. Like, so your process is longer. It's not just like a hit it and quit it situation. But you still, in my books, you still have a high body count. It's not like high to the point when I'm like, ew, you're so disgusting. But like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, a lot of the men I've encountered have body counts that I, Miss Virgin Nun over here, would consider to be on the higher side.
Out of like everybody that I would say I know and like I would consider a friend, majority of the people with the high body counts are the girls.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me either. I have a couple. I'm trying to think of like people like actively in my life. Maybe just one person who has like a very high body count, like a woman. But like I've had friends or people I've spoken to in the past, and like I remember when I used to think like 20 was a high number. When a friend would be like, oh, like I have 20, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah. But now I'm just like, okay. Yeah. It's not because like I'm at 20, but like
it's the world.
Yeah, it's like as you hear things, you're like, oh shit, and that kind of makes me be like, oh shit, like that's why Des calls me a virgin, because it makes me feel so much more inexperienced compared to people. What?
It's good. I make fun of you because you're a virgin, but that's good.
But I don't think it's good or bad. Like, I don't think just because I've had sex with less people than Sarah from around the corner, that
Jenny
doesn't
from
make...
the block, huh?
Yeah, then, like, you know what I mean? Jenny from the block, yeah. Just because Jenny has more bodies than me, I don't look at her as less than or me better or whatever, because I think that whole, like, you know, like, what makes a woman high value is that she's a virgin and da-da-da-da-da, and, you know, like, I don't think that's true, personally. But, like, you know, when you're younger and like you're told like you gotta save yourself for marriage, don't have sex, you're gonna die, and you're just
They're
like,
not wrong.
You know, it just like yeah, it just makes me like, back in the day you're like, oh my god, like I can't, or like a lot of women would rather have sex with an ex than have a new one because you're like, I don't want to make my body count too high.
Instead,
like,
you're gonna mash up your brain and your heart. Like,
I know people who used to be like, oh, you know, I'm kind of horny, like let me hit up my ex, or even it's not an ex, someone who I hooked up with in the past, because I don't want to add, I don't want to. What, you've done that, or you've been the guy?
That guy.
Yeah, and
it's like, hey, we've had sex already, and
right.
Yeah.
See, to me, the only appeal in that, like, I'd rather have a new body if it was toxic, but like if unless the sex was that good, like, why are you going back? And even then, sometimes you really shouldn't.
Because people don't really do what's right.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that reasoning is what gets to me. I'm like, girl, go have sex with someone else. Like, who really cares? But then when they have sex with 2000, you got guys like you going, ha! Like, you know.
I'm okay with the 2000 as long as you weren't selling yourself. Because, like, okay, I'm gonna have sex with this guy because he's gonna give me $1,000 or $20 or whatever. That's the problem.
When he does.
That's the problem I have.
Yikes.
When you're just using your body for the money of it.
Why?
But
You
it's
gotta
not.
use what you got.
It's not a contract. If me and you make a contract and you're like, okay, once a month.
So if it's like a sugar baby,
I'm okay with that.
but like, because there's an agreement,
Exactly.
whether it's verbal or
Exactly.
thing. I mean, I get what you're saying, but like, it's literally the finest of lines.
That's my brain when it comes to these things, and it's always been.
So if she shakes hands with the guy before she fucks him, then it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had a girl who, like, we used to sleep together, and we had me and this girl, we had an agreement.
Are you asking a question? Or?
No, I'm trying to figure out what it was. We wrote it out. We had a contract, call it, that whenever she wanted to do her nails, do her hair.
Oh, I think you mentioned this before.
I have, at least to you. I definitely mentioned it.
I think you mentioned this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Before.
So, like, stuff like that, I can understand.
So you were like a little sugar daddy, a little splendid daddy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's
a little sweet and low.
That's okay. But if you're just giving it to any and everybody just because you can get things from it, that's where I kind of have an issue with it.
Wait, what?
Like,
you lost me.
If you have like one or two people who are like, yeah, we fuck, you know, he gives me things, fine, cool. But if
there's a line of guys who would pay,
that's
why don't you collect your coin?
That's the problem. That's where I have the problem with somebody who I would be talking to if that was the mindset they had. If it was like you said, like the girl from Vancouver.
What if it was like a friend of yours? Like, would you?
I would fucking tell her shit that she doesn't want to hear, and then we probably wouldn't be friends, and I'm okay with that.
So if you found out I was just out here selling...
I would not be here talking to you.
Really?
Really.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, men love telling women what they can do with their bodies.
I didn't tell you what you can do. I'm just telling you where I stand as a friend.
You wouldn't even do the podcast with me?
I would not.
But that's the thing. So like, you're like...
Because I feel like that would be...
in a sense, like punishing me because of
that's
something
what you call it,
I'm doing with my body that has nothing to do
I
with
would
you.
consider it being fake. The same way if I was some big time drug dealer and, you know, I'm dodging cops left, right, and center, and you're not okay with it. I'm like, I don't care. It's my life. I can do what I want. To a certain extent, you're like, okay, fine, but...
Yes, but if you're doing something that could get me in trouble, like if you're bringing your drugs here, then like that's a problem, right?
Prostitution is illegal. So if you're giving and selling your body left, right, and center illegally, don't have police kick down your door because I'm here doing a podcast with you, sir. Don't talk to me. Talk to her.
Okay, so what if I was doing it above board, but not as contractually as you would like?
I would talk to you, but maybe not as often.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my gray area.
Okay.
You can do it. I'm cool with it. It's just how you go about it.
Interesting.
And for you to be proud of 2000, I don't care. Only God can judge me. No. We're not going to do that because everybody's judging you. Don't do that. Please. When was the last time you went to church and prayed and dang, bro? Only God can judge me.
Only God can judge her.
Please. If she even believes.
But Des is definitely judging.
Definitely. 100%.
Okay, I think we should get into a listener question now. If you're listening and you want to be a part of the podcast, you can go to thissquareroom.com to write us a question. You can submit a story, anything really that you want to contribute. We would definitely love to hear from you. So again, it is thissquareroom.com. You'll see a little Ask Us button tab thing. You know what to do. Okay. Normally... I like to say we like to do one, but like I feel like lately we've been doing two, so I'm gonna do two. Wait, can I say the name? Yeah. Okay. So this is from Melissa.
Okay.
Who wrote in previously.
Yes.
And Melissa, the subject is 3 months. So she says, hello again. Thanks for reading and responding to my last submission a couple months ago. I just listened to episode 180 where, Jonel, you were talking about dating and questioning why you often lose interest around the 3-month mark. I agree with you that the 3-month rule you guys discuss won't work for everyone, although I'm not against it personally. But as far as losing interest at 3 months, I think that this is something you do out of self-preservation. It's emotionally draining to fall in and out of love, or even if you don't get to the love stage, it's a lot to let someone in for a naturally guarded person as you seem to be. Also, when we feel butterflies and get giddy in the early stages of a new relationship, we tend to glamorize the things about our new partner that may later become issues for us. Not to say this is always the case for everybody, but I think it's great that you recognize this in yourself, but know that it is a natural thing that people do. Most people fall out of love for the same reasons they fell in it. That their lover's once endearing stubbornness has now become a refusal to compromise. And their one-track mind is now immaturity. And that their bad habits that you once adored is now money down the drain. Their spontaneity becomes reckless and irresponsible. And their feet up on your dash is no longer sexy. It's just a distraction in your busy life. Sexy. For some people, when the new relationship endorphins take over, it's easy for us to ignore potential red flags or deal breakers. Sometimes being selective potential suitors in the beginning, or maybe for potential suitors in the beginning, is more than simply pushing the other person away. It can be a necessity to the longevity of a relationship. It's just important to make sure we aren't pushing people away because we don't believe that we are deserving of love. Personally, I think you are a huge catch. You are smart, funny, and smart, funny, and well-spoken young lady. And when you decide that you're ready to date again, I wish you all the best in finding someone to complement all of your wonderful attributes. Oh my God, that's so nice. Just don't be afraid to open up. Thanks for your time, Melissa.
Woo, that was nice.
That was nice. Thank you. First of all, Melissa, at this point, I need to start paying you for these therapy sessions. Like the first time was like on the house, and now it's like, all right, send me your bill. I do think it's interesting though, the point that you made about most people fall out of love for the same reasons they fell in it. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably very true.
It is very true.
And that's the thing. That's why I'm like, I don't trust the beginning stages, because when often the things that you're like, oh, like this person's so cute, oh, like they're mysterious, they're dangerous, down the road you're like, yeah, they don't ever fucking open up. They don't
tell me about it.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just like the things that's so crazy. Life. Story of your life.
Yeah.
How so?
Because I don't normally open up. So it was always like, oh, that's just him. And then it became an issue because I don't want to talk about, I've never talked about anything.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like I don't want to move forward and like fall in love, or like she said, even if it's not love, like you don't want to be attracted to someone for those qualities that you could later, and then I feel like if I do start to feel that, I think I'm better at recognizing it, and maybe that's why it comes at the 3-month mark instead of a later year on, or two. But it's just like, how do I recognize that from the beginning? I don't think you can, because you don't know the person,
because the person isn't enough. The real them in the beginning.
That's the thing. So it's just like, sometimes moving slower and taking your time is the best way, because when you jump into things, I mean, listen, sometimes I know people who've like jumped into things and then like they have like crazy long marriages, great grandchildren, and like, live happily ever after. But for a lot of people, when it's like a fast like fizzle, like it fizzles out just as fast. And I think that was very interesting, like very well put.
Yeah.
Most people fall out of love for the same reasons they fell in it. Their once endearing stubbornness has now become a refusal to compromise. Yeah, literally. People may, I'm using you as an example, but I'm not saying this is you, but it's like, they may be like, oh, like, Des is like, he's difficult, but in a cute way. It's like he's joking and it's negging. And now it's like, okay, like, come on. And you're like, yo, I've been the same person. However, now it's a problem.
It's crazy that we're talking about it, because most men, at least the guys that I've talked to about these things, this is how we feel. Is like, okay, for the most part, from the beginning, we were us, and it was fine. But now you want to change, but you want us to change. But this is who you fell in love with, or you claim to have fallen in love with. So why would you want to change what you fell in love with? So even I've had a girl that asked me, like, you know, what about her would I change? And I'm like, nothing. And she's like, seriously? Like, you know, I'm stubborn, you know? Yeah, I know all those things, but I like that about you.
You knew that in the
Exactly.
beginning.
And
you know what's funny? Like, I think about my last relationship, and I think to a certain extent that might have been me. Like, some of the reasons why you fell in love is why you fell out of love. But actually, we've had, like, me and my ex had conversations where I was like, no, like, you did things in the beginning that you no longer do. And I think that's also something men do. And that's also something I don't like. You put your best foot forward, but like it's not
your foot.
It's not you.
It's a prosthetic leg.
Yeah. And then like you can't maintain that.
Exactly.
So then, you know, and it's like then those qualities that I was like, oh, like I don't love it, but like you're in the you're in the honeymoon stage, you're like, oh, this is fine. Now all in love with those are those qualities. So I'm like, I don't like this shit. Like, what happened to the other stuff? Because I remember having so many conversations and I was like, you used to do this, you used to communicate, you used to want to go, like, you know, all those things. And he was like, oh. And I was like, you know
those ones.
So I think those are the two main things that, like, I mean, I'm sure there's more, but I think that's very common with men. You think you need to be this person, so you go above and beyond, but if it's not really you can't maintain that. Or you are you from the jump, and then the honeymoon phase wears off and she's just like, hello, she wants like more from you, more than you're capable of giving, and
more than you agreed to. Yeah
That's interesting. Wow, thanks, Melissa. I actually really enjoyed that, because you made me see something from a different perspective, which I always appreciate.
Always.
Yeah, we're also going to do another one.
Sorry, Melissa, I have to bring up that feet on the dash thing. That is never okay. I don't care whose car it is. That is not okay. Feet on the dash, feet out the window, feet anywhere but on the ground. No.
Yeah, I'm not a feet on the dash person.
It drives me insane. And girls used to do it because they know it drives me insane.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Ugh.
Yeah, I hate when, like, you know something bothers someone, you're like, I'm gonna do it anyways, and you look and you're laughing and it's like, it's not cute. You're fucking annoying.
This girl put her feet on the dash one time and she did it like to spite me.
See, that's the thing though. What if some guys are like, oh, she's such a rebel, she knows I don't like it, but she teases me.
I bust her head after that.
And I like when she laughs, and then a couple months down the road, you're like, bitch, get your feet off my dash. Like, it's not cute anymore.
It's not.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that I don't trust myself, but I don't trust those early stage feelings, because most of the time, like, I feel like there's no in between with me. It's either I'm just like, oh, it's okay, and I make excuses for the person, and I'm like, oh, it's cute, oh, it's da-da-da-da. Or I'm like, ugh, and I get the ick, and there's no in between. I'm like, how do I recognize people's faults but not judge them too harshly, where it's just like I write them off, but yet I don't want to also lean all the way in and like excuse it and then end up in a situation where I don't like it. Like, how do I...
The in between is hard, because like, even what you're saying, like if a guy is messaging you all the time and checking up on you all the time, like to a certain extent, like, oh, that's nice, you know?
But then too much, and you're like, what the fuck?
Whoa! Right. But then if he stops doing it later on, why all of a sudden are you not messaging me anymore? Maybe that wasn't him. And like, if he doesn't do that in the beginning... That's why I let people
know from the start, I am not a good texter.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, and like, as a guy, we find that as an excuse. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know, and that's the thing. But like, if you know me, you know I'm bad at responding.
Everybody says that.
Literally, no, but like, people who listen to this podcast know I'm bad at responding. Like, I've, you know, and it's just me. I don't know why I suck. I either don't check my notifications, or when I do, I'm like, okay, I'm in the middle of something and I'll get back to you, and then I forget. Like, remember I said a few weeks ago, I literally typed a message to Mikey and I didn't
you didn't even send it.
Like, it's a mess, you know? Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, I don't know what to say, but I do realize why it sounds like an excuse. But I try to tell people from the beginning, because if in the beginning, when you're like, oh, I'm looking forward to messaging this person, I want to message them. Did they send me a message? And you get excited. But then once that novelty wears off and the real Joe comes through, I don't want you to think I'm switching up on you, because I really suck at messaging. Literally, my ex used to be like, I'm not texting you good morning because I'm not getting a text back until 5 p.m. And I'm like, fair.
Yeah.
You know, like, if you want to reach me, call me. Like, if you really want, like, if it's urgent, like, I'm saying, like, don't just call me just because I'll watch the phone ring.
I watch and put it on silent.
You know what I mean? Like, if we're dating, call me. I'd rather hear your voice than just like get a text. And like, yeah, sometimes I'll text back and forth like fire. That's because like I have the time, or like, you know, I'm already on my phone. But like, sometimes it's gonna be slow. Like, overall, I'm not the greatest texter, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. I do know it comes off as like a oh, like I'm just talking to so many people, so I'm gonna tell you that
exactly
I'm not the best texter just in case.
Exactly.
Just to like let you down, and then I can string you along and be like, oh, well, you know I suck, but like I really do. How do I make that not sound like an excuse?
You don't.
I don't.
You don't. It's not you that's a problem. It's everybody else.
Because I'm one of the real ones who actually have a problem, which I do admit. I do need to get better. Like, I'm not going to just be like, it's my problem. Oh, well, I'll deal with it. But, like,
yeah,
it is, like, it's not a personal
thing. I used to be
thing.
very good at it until a girl got upset at me for being very good at it.
Why?
Because she's like, oh, you're always on your phone. I'm like, because people are messaging me. Oh, so then I stopped. Oh, you never reply. What do you want? What? You guys want? But now it doesn't matter.
It's like the scene from The Notebook. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want? Okay, second question or submission is from Anonymous. I believe this Anonymous, wrote in last week about a date.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So the subject is now second date.
Oh.
Yes. So he says, hey guys, I previously wrote in about wanting to ask a girl out on a first date and for ideas. Thanks for giving me suggestions. I took your advice and I went with an activity that also allowed us to talk. I went with mini golf, a light bite, and a walk in the park. And the date went well. We're going on a second date. And since your advice went over well the first time, do you have any date suggestions for me this time? Thanks again, guys.
Do you want me? I'll go.
Sure.
Okay. The second date, I'm going to suggest you figure it out. The reason why I'm saying you figure it out is because on the first date, you guys probably talked about things, you got to know her a little bit better. So now you know what she personally likes. So now if you go sit down and eat, or you guys go to the movies, it's slightly okay, but do something more along the lines of what she would want to do, not what you think she would want to do, if that makes sense.
I agree. I do know sometimes, though, like, they could have been talking about,
Anime.
like, sure. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, he may not necessarily know at this point what she would want to do as another date. I feel like there's no shame in asking her. Like, she knows you're interested. You've asked her on a second date already. You're still in the phases of planning it. So, like, there's no shame in being like, is there anything that you would like to do? She's probably going to be like, no, it's whatever. But still, like, she may, I don't know who this girl is, so she may be like, yeah, actually, like, there's this cool spot that I've always wanted to check out. So, I mean, that's a good option.
If you drive, there's drive-in theaters, places sometimes if it's not too far. Just honestly, I agree with Joe. Just ask her. Well,
I was agreeing with you, so you're agreeing with
we're
yourself.
That's just so smart.
No, but I also think, though, like, if you don't know what she wants to do, if she doesn't give you any help, I say this time you can do like a dinner. You guys have already broken the ice with the activity. Not that you can't do an activity, but like you can actually do like a sit down. I would say up the romance on this one, because like mini golf is cute, but it's not necessarily the most romantic
No,
thing.
it's just cute.
Right. So I would say to up the romance. So like do dinner and like maybe something else that she wants to do. Like a nice sit down fancy dinner. It doesn't have to be expensive, but something nice. Like don't go to like a Chili's, Yeah. Like go somewhere nice and just, or like even if she doesn't suggest an activity, like ask her what her favorite type of food is and then like pick a restaurant based off of that type of food. Yeah. Like definitely cater to some of her interests, since it seems like you picked the first date. I mean, based off of what we suggested, but like it was none of her input, right? Yeah. So take that into consideration. So if she doesn't have a place that she wants to go to, no problem. What's your favorite type of food? Yeah. She might be like, I don't have a favorite. Okay, what are your top 3? And you just like go from there. But
I've had dates where like I've gone to eat something and then like, just drop them back home and we ended up sitting in the car for like hours listening to
those
music.
Car conversations
are great. They're great. No sex, no nothing, like nothing crazy. Like obviously when you're leaving, maybe a little kiss, maybe. But other than that, like it's just the time spent and the conversations had were different.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, hopefully it goes well.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. And I'm glad the first date went well.
And obviously we want to know how the second one goes.
But yeah, thank you for submitting.
Sorry. With that being said, like we just talked about, don't put your prosthetic best foot forward if you can't keep up.
Yeah.
So you're doing all these things. Make sure it's you.
Yeah.
And you're not just trying to impress her. Because once you stop the impressing and like, okay, now we're dating, are you gonna drop that?
You know those men who, like, you see them and they're married for like 30, 40 years and they are just catering to their wife. Like, there's this couple on TikTok. There's a black couple. This woman has a beautiful afro and like it's like their daughter or someone who like records them. She's always like, oh, like my dad and my mom and and like when I tell you this man just like dotes over this woman, like, but like you can tell like in the beginning he's been like that and he's maintained like it's him. She's not like, do this for me, honey, do this. It's just like he just loves her so much, like that's what he does. If that's you, that's you. I do think like when we say like be yourself, that doesn't mean like be an asshole and never do something for your partner, but like you have to set a standard that you can maintain and you are happy to maintain and you are comfortable to maintain. Some people are comfortable with going out of their way to plan things. That's their comfort zone. Like I, you know me, I'm a planner. I'd be happy to plan things for someone, even if it's a little out of my way, because I'm comfortable with that, even though it may not be in the way. Like if that, you know? Yeah. But like if you're not one of those people, don't do that in the beginning because they're going to be like,
what the hell?
Yeah. But also don't set the bar so low because you're not gonna progress in the relationship. Like you, you like literally put your best foot forward that you can maintain and be consistent at. Don't put, as Des said, your fake prosthetic leg forward because you think that's what they want to see. Put your best foot forward and be yourself, but be the type of partner that you would want in return. Like keep that same energy. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good advice. It's funny because we just gave it, but like exactly. We need to give it to you right now.
Because you're in it right now.
Yeah, literally. Like you are living what we were talking about. You're in those early stages. So that's very, very important. Like if you don't think you can do the texting once an hour, check in, hey babe, how's your lunch? How's your day? Oh, I did it. Then don't do that.
If the consistent going on dates, you know, maybe she's someone who actually really likes going on dates. Now you're going on 2 dates in less than 2 weeks or in 2-3 weeks. Are you going to keep that up? Is it going to be, okay, we went on a date today, 4 months later, she's like, so now we don't go on dates anymore? And you're like, oh, my God. So
you never take me anywhere.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
But like when you do that in the beginning and then it stops, it's fair for the person to say what happened.
You take me on a date. How about that?
Yeah, I agree with that. But like you set that precedent, right?
Yeah,
like
I did.
If the other partner never once initiated to, because
that's why I force people to initiate things.
The thing is, I don't want to say like men and women because like I'm the type of woman who plans dates. I will take my boyfriend or someone I'm talking to on a date because I like planning shit. Like why not, right? And I'm fucking good at it, right? But like if I wasn't going to like be willing to maintain that throughout the relationship, like I want to like sometimes be like, hey babe, like I planned this thing for us, like get ready, like we're going out on Saturday, you know, like that's me. But like if I wasn't like that, I wouldn't do that in the beginning because who am I really trying to fool?
Please.
You know, so.
And that's who I'm trying to be now. Like, okay, like I don't hate going on dates, but I don't mind like, okay, let's go get something to eat. Like, okay, on this day we're gonna dress up nice and go eat. I'm cool with that. But when it's like we're gonna do activities and I'm like, oh my God. But you have to understand what your partner likes or the person you're interested in likes, and is that something you're willing to do that's not gonna be like, ugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just about like okay, in Dez's situation, he doesn't like doing like the whole like datey activity thing, but he is at a place where he knows he can comfortably maintain doing those things every so often, and he can keep that standard, and he's cool with that. So that's the precedent he's going to set. Because you do have to do things for your partner that's not just for you. For sure. I don't think you should only and always do things just for your partner. No. It has to be a balance, but it can't just be like, well, I'm never going mini golf, or I'm never going to a restaurant because I hate having to tip. Like, come on, there has to be give and take, but like you have to feel comfortable being able to maintain it. That's all. Yeah. Yes, thank you very much for the submissions. As Des said, we, are rooting for you.
For sure.
Hope the date goes well. Give us an update if you so please. But yes, again, it's thissquareroom.com for any questions, comments, submissions, yada, yada, yada.
Before we move on, I forgot to tell you, in my week, what I did this week, I watched a scary movie. I was terrified. I had nightmares. Dead ass. I didn't even finish the movie and I had nightmares.
What movie did you watch?
It's called Choose or Die. and I watched it with my girlfriend. She fell asleep in the first. She doesn't like scary movies either.
Is that the one?
It's
like
on.
They're like playing like a game or something.
Yes, on Netflix.
Okay.
It's when I got to the end of it, the movie itself wasn't really scary.
It's just like jump scary here and there.
It's just me and my anxiety when it comes to scary things.
So it wasn't that scary. Probably wasn't even that good. And
in my opinion, it was good because I don't watch these kind of movies. So I think it was good.
You can still No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, normally, some of those cheesy movies are not that great.
That's true. Have you?
I've never seen it, so I don't know. I'm not reviewing the movie. Don't come for me. But
yeah, and like there are parts obviously that you're like, what? But like the concept of the movie was really good, and it was about like like computer video game kind of thing, and because I get it, and like I'm a person who did those things, I couldn't look at my phone. I was afraid to, like, I covered my alarm clock. Yeah, I was terrified. I woke up at 1:30 in the morning from the nightmare about.
There is a movie coming out, or like maybe it is already out. I think it's on like it's not like a theater movie. I don't think it's like on a streaming platform like a Hulu or Amazon, or I don't think it's Disney Plus. But it's called Margot. Have you seen the commercials?
No.
But it's kind of like, you remember that movie? We were really young. It was like a Disney movie. It was like Smart House, where like the house took over. It was like a smart home.
Monster House?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Smart House.
I don't know.
Monster
but it's
House.
like that. So it's like almost like a Google Home. And it's like this really nice house, Margeaux or something like that, Margot. And she's like a AI, like smart home, and like it's a luxury home, and these kids, like, or teens or young adults, I don't know. They're like late teens, early 20s, like they rent the house. And there's a few people in it. Jordan, what's his last name, is in it from Grownish. Madison Pettis, I think, is in it. She played the president's daughter on Cory in the House.
Okay.
Yeah, like it. I don't remember that old movie, but it's like basically the smart home is trying to like kill them or like whatever.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
Like
it came
AI.
out September 9th.
Oh, it did come out.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember seeing like the trailer for it in summer. What platform is it on?
I'm about to find out.
Yeah, everyone. I don't know if it's good. I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying, like, it just like the whole like video game AI thing reminded me of that movie, and like that's one that I would like watch potentially, because that's one of those ones that's either really good or really bad.
I feel like it would be really good, and obviously I can't.
But yes, while you look up that, I did want to speak about the Little Mermaid thing.
Pause.
Yeah,
it's on HBO Max, Hulu, and Prime.
Amazon?
Yeah. Yeah, not Netflix.
Yeah. Okay. I knew it definitely wasn't Disney Plus, and I didn't think it was Netflix either, but yeah, so the trailer for the Little Mermaid came out, the live action Little Mermaid, starring Halle Bailey from Chloe and Halle. And she is Black Little Mermaid. Have you seen the trailer?
I have not.
Really?
I don't watch anything.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I'll pull it up to show you while I speak about it. Hold on. I can't. Really?
You're actually the fourth person to be like, you haven't seen the trailer.
Have you seen the all
girl?
the memes and stuff?
Nope. But I've seen like a video.
Oh, sorry, it's an ad.
No, that's what I've seen a video of a guy being like, oh, like, are you gonna watch? He was kind of not making fun of, but like people pointing out the fact that it's a black girl playing the Little Mermaid, and he's just like, do you remember the white guy who played the Japanese guy for Dragon Ball Z? And like he was just laughing at it.
Yeah, don't hold it by the mic, but you can just watch it in the background as I talk. So I have a problem with this because wait, let me see it, make sure it's the right thing. Yeah. So what really touched me is that there's a lot of like TikToks and like videos of parents showing their children the trailer, especially little black girls, right? And like they're so cute. The kids are like, oh my gosh, she looks like me, like she's brown, mommy. Like it's like super cute, however, there is outrage, and it's like mostly like middle-aged white men I mean, there's people of all ages, but like the ones who are truly outraged are like the men. And it's like they're so upset that Little Mermaid is played by a black woman. They're like, the Little Mermaid we grew up with, she's white with red hair. First of all, her hair is red, but like she's in water. It's live action. It's not going to be bright cartoon clown red, like, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I just honestly, it was super discouraging, I guess, for me to like see people's reactions. I knew that like there would be pushback, but like there was this TikTok of this man like imitating all those little girls who are like reacting like, oh, mommy, she looks like me. He put on like a black charcoal mask. He did blackface and Turn is like, mommy, she looks like, you know? And it's like, it was so bad. Like, it's not even like, you know, some things you're like, oh, like I shouldn't be laughing, but it's funny. It wasn't even like remotely funny. I think about like, okay, I think about Beyonce's song, Brown Skin Girl, right? I remember hearing the song. I'm like, oh, cute. Like, you know, you're a black woman. You're singing about brown skin and da-da. Like, that's beautiful. When I saw the music video, I cried. And that only came out a couple years ago. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman, and I cried because of how much I didn't even know I needed it at my age. You know what I mean? And knowing how this would impact younger children, I don't understand why people are so upset over a fictional character. People are comparing it. They're like, what if Mulan was white? But it's like Mulan was based off of a real person. That's why it's important that she was Chinese. Or like even Pocahontas. You know what I mean? It's important because they're based off of real people. Even Tiana, Princess Tiana was based off of a real person. But the Little Mermaid is not. She's fictional. She could be anything. One thing that really got me laughing was I want to say it was TikTok. No, it was Twitter, for sure, Twitter, and definitely Black Twitter. They were like, people are so mad that the Little Mermaid is black, but with all the slaves that they dumped in the ocean, you think that...
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I know. It's way out of pocket, but it's like, well, you think about it, they probably are black, you know?
Yeah.
But there's people who are like, well, technically, at the depth of the ocean, there would be not enough sun for them to have melanin in their skin, so... It's a fictional thing. Mermaids aren't real. And if they were, they wouldn't look like humans. They'd look like fucking monsters.
Like actual monsters. Like Gil from Kim Possible. Like, ew.
Yeah, so... it's so funny. But yeah, so... I don't know. I just had to like voice my opinion. I guess you haven't seen any of it, so I don't expect you to have much to say.
I haven't seen it because, like, you know, like on Instagram, because... on this phone, because my other phone's mashed up, all I have is like Instagram. So on the feeds, like,
oh, it's all over Instagram too.
I'll see like the words, because you know they usually have like the like what video you're gonna watch.
Sure, yeah.
And then you swipe, and then you have the video. I don't have time to like. I don't care. And like, I think my problem is I don't care about other people's opinion. So when I see things like this, I'm like, okay, good for you.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I do agree that instead of making old characters different ethnicities, they need to have new characters that are made just for whatever group. You know what I mean? However, I don't see anything wrong with this, and I think that people need to fucking grow up and let it go.
That's the only video that I did see about this. Was one guy who was obviously talking to himself like back and forth, and he was just laughing. It was a white kid, maybe early 20s. And he was like laughing to himself, making a joke about it. Like how pretty much all these white people have a problem when like the Little Mermaid is quote unquote supposed to be white, but a black girl is playing her. But when white people play characters who are different races in other fictional stuff, it's not an issue.
Remember when Robert Downey Jr. did blackface and everyone like applauded him?
Yeah.
What was that fucking movie called?
I don't know.
But it's just like, it's the crazy like double standard. Or what was that anime that was played by the live action anime that was played by a white guy?
Dragon Ball Z.
It was Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
Like for real. The main character is white. Let's be for real.
But the Little Mermaid is where we draw a fictional character. Is where we draw a fucking mermaid.
A mermaid.
Like, you know what I mean? I do think it's important for more black, white, brown, like any fucking color characters, I think it's important for more male lead Disney movies. I don't think it's always about the Disney princess. Like I think we just need more diversity nowadays. But like I don't think anything's wrong with some of these remakes. That's like the live action of like, what's it called? Lion King, and being like, oh, like Simba's fur is too dark. Like,
yeah, that's not realistic.
Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't care for these things.
People are so disgusting. Like, I literally was watching these videos of these little girls, and like even some of the like little white kids, they're just like, oh my god, mom, she's so pretty. Oh, I can't wait for the movie. It's like children are so wholesome. These children aren't like, mom, she's not white. They're just like, oh my god, like she's pretty.
Yeah.
There was one reaction of these two older black ladies, like they're probably in like their 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s. No, like 70s, 80s. They were older. And they saw the trailer and they were like, oh, she's black. And the first thing, aside from saying like, oh my God, she's black, they're like, people are going to be mad about this.
Of course.
But it's like, why does, like, when you're old enough to understand, why does that have to be the first thing that people know is going to happen, you know? And the amount of racism that she has been hit with. She's an actress playing a character.
Of course.
A fiction, like, oh God, I can't. I just can't. This is why I say I hate people. It's like the world is so disgusting.
Yep, and that's why I don't even bother. Like I don't look at those things because I'm just like, why am I going to upset myself? There's no point. But like
representation is important, even if it's for a fictional character. Like that's why I remember when Doc McStuffins came out.
I don't know what that is.
It's a children's, like a, you know, very young children's show. And but it's like a black little girl who likes to pretend she's a doctor and she wants to grow up to be a doctor. So like all the dolls are like these little black girls being doctors, and it's just like, when I was a kid, all my Barbies were white. Of course. All my dolls were white. Like I had nothing, like seriously. And it's like, I'm sure it existed, but like very few and far between. And you could never find them. And if you could, they were probably way too expensive. Like even like now, the fact that like they have Barbies in wheelchairs, like I think that's awesome. You know, like people don't realize how much the media affects you and your outlook on yourself. Like look at all these women getting BBLs and doing this and doing that because they feel like what they look like is not enough because of the internet. All these men acting a fool and doing these stupid things, risking their lives, getting themselves in trouble because they see other guys online doing this and they feel like they have to be this certain type of way. You know, these fucking cringy people slinging their dick around on TikTok because they feel like that's what they need to do to get attention and to be desired. It's like the media really does affect how we see ourselves, and if we don't see anyone that looks like us or remotely close to us, it's hard. I remember like the role models that I had to look up to on TV growing up was always the sidekick, right? That's the only time a black woman was cast as like the comedic sidekick. Yeah. You know, and it's just like, I have nothing against, you know, strong white women or male roles, but I love the diversity, and not just as the token black friend or the token Mexican who's a fucking maid, or the token Asian who hardly speaks English, or the token brown guy who runs the convenience store, like the fucking Apu thing. That's why they had to take Apu out of The Simpsons, because they were like, that's problematic, you know? And it's like, why can't we have our own shit? And like, I like that we are starting to do that. I think, what was the... Oh, God, I saw something. You were talking about the fact that... Idris is now the new James Bond. Like, hello, if you're mad that the Little Mermaid is black, you're James...
Is he?
Yeah. You're
like, officially?
I think so. They're like, your James Bond is black, and your Captain America's now black. So, get over it. It's like, you know, I don't know. I just have to rant. I just, like, there's not really much to be said other than, like, fuck off for those people. But like, I think with that, you're seeing a lot of people of all ethnicities, and I actually seen a lot of young white men being like, yo, it's just a movie, chill out, let them have the like people who are actually being advocates. And I think that's really big as well, because when it's only the minority speaking up, it just sounds like we're the only ones who care. But I like that other people are, that's what I like about, you know, well, I can't say all millennials. Like, millennials that are, like, our age. Like, the younger side of millennials and, like, Gen Z. Like, we speak up for things and for other people. And I think that's important. Like I said, most of the people who are outraged are fucking... Oh, let me not say that word, but just...
To me, be outraged. At the end of the day, you're either going to support the movie or you're not. If you're not, you're not.
Well, I know for a fact I'm gonna see it in theaters. It's funny. I was the movie that just came out, The Woman King or Woman is King.
Yeah.
With Viola Davis. First of all, love Viola. You know that. I've spoken about it on the podcast as well. I have not seen her movie yet. It came out a little over a week ago, about a week and a half ago. I think I was supposed to go see it with friends tomorrow, but then there was like conflict with like, you know, like, oh, I can't make it. So we want to see it this week though. But Viola was talking in an interview about the fact that a movie like this was very hard to produce. It's all dark-skinned female leads, which is not something that you see in Hollywood because, like, you know, women of that color, this color, my color, have been painted as, like, not the most desirable thing in media or whatever. Or, like you said, like the sidekick or the ghetto one or whatever. So when a movie like this is mainstream, it's important that people support it. In the theaters, in the box office. Otherwise, another one will never be produced again, or it will be a very long time or very hard for them to do another one, because at the end of the day, Hollywood is about money, and if the movie doesn't make money, they're not going to make another one, and you're not going to see that representation. For the longest time, because of like different cultures being, you know, in poverty, they were not able to support the few movies that maybe showed their own representation. It was people of a certain status, of a certain color, who were going to movies. They wanted to see themselves, yada, yada, yada. But now things have changed. And Viola's like, if you don't go out and support the movie, like, there will never be another one. You'll never be able to see something like this again. And that's why it's so important to support. And which is why, I mean, I wanted to see it regardless, but I'm like, yeah, like now I really want to make sure. No, because like I don't want it to be another Spider-Man where I'm like, oh, I love it, I want to see it, and I just let it pass me by, because I'm like, this is bigger than me. You know, and I know for a fact I'm going to see The Little Mermaid in theaters, even if I have to go by myself, because it's like, it means a lot to a lot of people. And I hope that they make more characters, fictional, animated, whatever, of other cultures, other ethnicities. I want to see everything. I want to see different, I think they were talking about, who were they trying to make gay? Was it Robin? Was there another one or no?
No, Robin.
I thought there was another LGBTQIA plus like superhero. I can't remember. But like I want to support stuff like that. I don't know who that is. Like, here's the thing. I want this shit to be good, though. You can't make this shit bad because, again, nobody's going to support it. Like, you gotta, like, actually put effort into these movies and not just be like, I'm going to make a gay character just for the sake of making them gay. Or, like, I'm just going to call this character trans and then send them on their way and call it inclusive. Like, do it right. You know, which is why Viola's like, no, we did this movie right. Like, you see like clips of these women training for like they actually became warriors.
I seen her talking about the training and how hard it was.
The story is based off of a real tribe. These were real warrior women. They're telling a real story, and like I've heard really good things about the movie, so I definitely want to see it. I mean, it's Viola, so I would have seen it no matter what. But like, you know, I think seeing stuff like this and supporting media like this is a really big part of representation for everybody. From what I know, I feel like we have a very diverse audience. We have people of many different ethnicities. And like, I'm sure, even if it's like something you've never thought of before, that you would want to see more of your people, more of your culture, your ethnicity, your whatever, or other minorities in the media. Like, I remember how big Crazy Rich Asians was, because you've never seen a mainstream Hollywood movie with so many Asian characters. You know what I mean? Or even the guy, and I'm so happy that he's Canadian, but he's an Asian Canadian. I forgot his name, but Shang-Chi. You know, and it's like shit like that is so, and it was a fucking good movie. Like, it was really good.
Never watched it.
It was good. You should. And the Legend of the Seven Rings, or whatever the fuck. It was good. Like, it was really good. And like, that's the thing. I like seeing shit like that. And I didn't realize how much I appreciated that until Beyonce, you know, she's a queen for a reason. But like, literally, it's like, I heard the song and I'm like, very cute song, love a song, whatever. But like, seeing the music video, I fucking cried. I sat in the room with my mom and I was showing it to her and I cried. Because I was like, wow, like, this is, like, I've never seen it before, and it's just like my inner child was just like so happy.
I think for me, the reason why I don't, I guess, feel ways towards these things is because at an age, I can't even tell you what age, but obviously before now, I was like, old people, I don't want to call them old, but old people are the problem, mostly, in a sense, because they have a certain way that they went through life and this is what they think it is. Anything less than this, you guys are wrong. I don't want to hear
like
it.
they're not willing to change
Exactly.
with the times.
Whereas, like you said, millennials, like the younger side, Gen Z,
Yeah.
they're kind of like, okay, you know, there's room for improvement here.
Yeah.
Because the way you guys did shit was wrong. So that's why I'm like, all right, I told one of my friends the other day, I'm like, honestly, until all these old people are dead and gone, things will be what it is. Like, it's in the works of being changed. 30 years from now, it's going to be completely different. For better or for worse, who's to know?
I hope for the better. Have you heard of the movie Bros? It came out a couple weeks ago, maybe
Nope.
a month or so.
What the fuck? Movies are coming out? This is crazy.
I know. I actually only heard of it because they because like I don't know. I guess like maybe I'm not a gay man, so maybe they didn't like the algorithm didn't show it to me. And I don't really watch TV, so like I didn't see the trailer on TV or whatever, but it's, who is it? Billy Eichner and someone else. Bros, it's the first mainstream gay rom-com. Like
Okay.
in like theaters and shit.
Mhm.
Like two guys who like fall in love, but it's like a rom-com. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but
you know,
not
it's
like a Brokeback Mountain kind of thing.
no, it's
an
like
actual,
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like that's never happened before. Isn't
Mm-hmm.
that crazy? Like when you think about that, it's like shit like this is needed. Even if it's not for you, it's for somebody.
I don't think it's crazy. I think like it's a matter of time.
It's
because
crazy
time
that
is
it hasn't
changing.
happened yet.
See, that's why I don't think it's crazy that it hasn't happened, because
It is. It's
look
ridiculous.
how the world was. You couldn't expect at a time like that for somebody to be like, you know what? Let me spend this money.
If it wasn't for the people who stepped out of the box, the world would still be the way it is.
You're not wrong.
You
You're
know?
not wrong.
So without people who are like pushing boundaries, without the gay people who are in the streets waving
Doing
their
whatever,
fucking flags, yeah, like we wouldn't even get to where we are right now. And when I find out how much hate, like like I'm a big like Twitch
Mm-hmm.
person, and there's this guy that I watch. His name is Griff. He is based in like Orange County, like California. He mainly streams like Dead by Daylight, but I think he's like a 19-year-old gay guy, and he like on average he'll stream like 4 or 5 times a night. 4 times a night.
That's crazy.
Hours a night.
Yeah, I was like 4 or 5 times a night, buddy. Come on.
No, that's ridiculous. And the amount of times someone will just come into his chat and like just spew hate. Like this man is just playing a fucking video game, doing his thing.
Yeah.
And it's just out of nowhere. And like people literally seek out like on Twitch and on other platforms the LGBT or the gay tags to go look
Because it's easy and
to
they
target.
find it fun.
But it's like, what the? Go mind your business. Who
This is
the
what people
fuck
do.
are you? Oh God, people.
This is what the internet makes people do.
Right, and that's the thing.
Because
These
to
are
someone's
people,
face, you would never do that because you're not brave enough to do that.
Most people wouldn't. And then the ones who feel like they need to go and target people because they are an immigrant, because they are black, because they are gay, because they are trans, because they are poor, because they're whatever. It's just like, or like, oh God, it's like the people who attack people in person. I mean, even online, like your low lives, but it's just like, people are living their lives. When COVID happened and people started to beat up, you remember that story of like this little Asian man in his driveway, and these people just jumped him because what? You really think that this man made coronavirus? Like, shut the like. It's either you're super ignorant and a disgusting human being, or you're just that fucking dumb,
It could be all of the above.
or all of it.
It could be all of the above.
I don't get it.
You try to get it. That's why I don't try to get it, because there is no getting it.
You're right. There is no getting it. But it's like sometimes you're like, make it make sense, but like it won't. So it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. But yeah. I mean, I'm in support of The Little Mermaid. Honestly, it's not even my favorite like Disney movie. I remember I used to watch it a lot at like my mom's friend's house when I was young. But like I think that's just because like that's probably all they had. They just like, put it on.
Yeah.
You know, but like I'm down for Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I don't care for it. I don't care for the story. I don't like the story. But I know that my girlfriend's in love with Disney, so she's probably gonna force me to watch it. So
You should support it.
I don't care for it.
For the cause.
I'm not a cause person.
Wakanda forever.
Oh boy, that
Listen,
almost made me not watch the movie.
If people showed up for other black movies and other Latin American movies and Asian American movies and whatever fucking movies, if they showed up the way they showed up for Black Panther,
I would not watch them.
they were very extra. But hey,
I was pissed.
but like, Okay, well, so but you're pissed about it all though. You're pissed at when Spider-Man comes out, people are in Spidey suits going.
Yeah,
to the
like
theater.
all of that shit pisses me off.
Right.
Like
you gotta specify. You're not just mad at the blacks.
Like if
you're
you
mad
were
at
going,
everyone.
yeah. If you were going to watch something like that and it was a live action where you're watching people act it out and you want to dress, I can understand that. You're going to a fucking movie theater. If it's a child dressing up, I get it. You're excited. You're a child. Oh, my superhero, cool.
I would love a fucking Iron Man suit. I would. They have the even just a headpiece.
Yeah, they have the
ones.
Headpiece. Yeah.
You want to get me one for Christmas?
Honestly, I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not because you want one, but no.
Why?
For one Christmas, my son was Hulk, and I have pictures of him like posing.
Christmas or Halloween?
Halloween. Shit. Christmas. Could you imagine?
I was like, hey.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge?
One Halloween, and like every time I look at the picture, I'm just like, oh God.
You're such a hater.
I'm not a hater. I just don't like things that I find unnecessary.
I find you unnecessary.
I find me unnecessary.
Question of the day. Have you ever told someone I love you but didn't mean it?
Yes.
If so, why?
Yes. Because at that moment.
Put me on the spot.
Because at that moment, okay, I didn't mean it the same way they meant it. I knew how they meant it. And when I said it, I did clear. I'm like, yeah, I love you too. You know, I'm not in love with you, but I love you. But I don't think they heard that.
Oh, you've clarified. Did you mumble that part? You're like, I love you too.
No. I said it, but I don't think they heard it. Because later on you told me you love me. I'm like, yes, I love all my friends. Yes, I do. Ooh. But like I said, I'm not in love.
I felt that one. No,
I do.
No,
but like,
not if she thought you were in love.
But I said I'm not in love.
Oh, but she didn't hear it.
That's not my problem, though.
So you hit her with the Uno reverse.
Like stop. Like, and that's my problem is that I feel like I talk and people hear what they want to hear. Like, people don't really take me for my word until I have to actually shove it down their throat and be
people
like,
people hear what they want to hear sometimes.
This is what I said the whole time. And they're like, no, you did. Yes, I did. The same.
You gotta start recording your conversations, pull it out, and be like, play.
Honestly, that is what I'm gonna have to do. Or, well, not anymore, but what I used to probably should have done. Yeah, you heard me.
Used to probably.
And like for me, like I've had times where like when I lived at my mom's, like a group of us, like 5 friends, we'd be chilling. I'd be like, let's go out to eat. And then we'll all just go out to eat. And like, you know, when the bill comes, everyone's kind of looking. I'm like, don't worry. I'm the one who asked you guys to come. And like, whatever, we had wings and all that and I pay. Mm-hmm. So if I would do that for my friend and I do that for you, why you take it in a romantic way if I said I'm not in love with you? I do care about you. You're a person. I'm not a horrible human being. You're right.
Up for debate.
And like, I don't know. I just feel like, so yes, I have said I love you and not meant it in that way. But that's because they don't want to listen to me.
I've also been there where they hear what they want to hear. Mm-hmm. But I've also
been I might have said it. I didn't mean it.
Because remember we spoke about this last week. Men take any sort of rejection as this is done. We're over.
Yeah.
If you're like, I like you, but I don't want to date you right now. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship. Let's continue to date and like build that, and then maybe check back in a month or 2.
Okay. Some
men take that as we're done. That's it. I'm not fucking with this bitch anymore. Right? Same if a man, like, okay, I think about one of my last relationships, and we're sitting there. You know when like you can tell someone has something to say, and they're like nervous, and you're like, what? And he was like, I think I love you, and I was like,
oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah, I was like, aw, and then I realized
that he's waiting for you to say it back,
right? And I was like, I think I love you too. I said I think.
Okay, see? And okay, that is where I would say you're not wrong. Because you said I think. I'm not sure what I do right now and what I don't.
Because my relationship before that, I actually hit him with the, oh, thanks. And he looked like a puppy.
Oh my God.
That was who just saw his mother killed in front of him. Like, I was like, and he was like, oh, like, you're not going to say it back? And I was like, love you too. because he put me out. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't say it, and he
banana.
was about to, like, seriously, like, you know, Puss in Boots when he does
the eye thing,
just like that, and I was like, yeah, I was like, you know how I feel about you.
Come on,
you
would
know?
we be here right now?
But it's like, and it, I guess as Melissa said, sometimes for me things take longer, and it's not about. I think like I'm someone who, like, when I love somebody, I love really hard, and that's not just like in romantic relationships, like with my friends. Like, if I love you a lot, you know? So it's like, just because it takes me a little longer to get there doesn't mean I don't have strong feelings for you. Doesn't mean I'm not falling in love.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm not ready to say, but also I'm the type of girl, I'm never saying it first. Never have, never will.
You go, girl.
Till the day I die.
You go, girl.
No. It's just like an anxiety thing.
No,
it's
I hear
not
you.
like
Yeah.
like, I'm not opposed to women saying it first,
No,
but like,
you're like, I'll freak the fuck out.
No.
Nope. Yeah.
Because if you do what I did to people, you're like, thanks.
I would be dead.
If you tell me thanks, I'm
the type of person to say thanks just to say thanks.
I'm jumping off the fucking roof.
I've had girls be like, I know you love me back. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
Yeah, no. I've never said it first.
Good.
And sometimes I've said it too soon. And sometimes I haven't said it
At all.
And people have been like, oh, but like, I know you love me. And I'm like, and I'd be like, no, I don't. And they're like, you're stop joking. And I'm like,
okay.
When I'm blunt and you don't want to listen
you.
to it, well, that's just on you. But yeah, why, when I've said it, and I don't mean it's to save feelings. Yeah. But okay, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for listening. And again, you can go to thissquareroom.com, if you want to submit a question or a story or anything like that. And our social media is at This Square Room. In particular, we have a Twitter and we have an Instagram. Go follow us. And we will see you next Tuesday.